This is going live.
Excellent.
All right, I think we're live. We are live. The weekly poll. Okay, I was a little on the fence about calling it this, to be honest with you guys.
That is
for those of you guys
fair.
who don't know, 10 years ago, I had to look it up, bro. I had to look it up. 10 years ago, myself, Benny, and Sal made the weekly poll podcast. And dude, I don't know about you, man, but like kind of felt like rock stars running that comic book podcast back in the day.
It's funny
Yeah.
because like it didn't like I didn't feel like a rock star, but when we were out, like when we did stuff, it was rock starry. When we were doing this, it felt like this. Like it was just very solitary. Like here we are in my uncomfortable chair doing this show. You know? But
Well,
like then we would go
Joel-
someplace and it's like, what?
Joel came on shortly after, I don't know, at some point after the podcast started. And Joel was like
Yes.
a regular on the podcast. So
Johnny come lately,
yeah.
you could say.
Johnny come lately.
Certainly,
Yeah.
just in timey is what you might say.
Yeah. Johnny shows up
Very
at
kind.
his own pace.
Joel
but
was
for
on
real and for
time,
true,
man. That dude showed up. No,
Thank
Joel
you.
always showed up.
Joel always showed. He always showed up on time. He showed up
On
early.
time and
100%.
willing. Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
A Cape Joel is never late or early. He shows up exactly when he's meant to.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So for real, for true, for those of you guys who don't know what the weekly poll is, you probably noticed in the chat that there are people who are freaking out over the fact that it's the title is like the weekly poll returns, kind of. The fact that Benny's not with us anymore, that's the kind of part.
The kind of is doing a lot of heavy lifting right now.
The kind of is doing a lot of heavy lifting, like a lot of heavy lifting. No, so for real and for true. So like 10 years ago, when myself, Benny, and Sal launched the weekly poll, the idea was to just create a kind of comic book podcast on YouTube where we all just kind of sat around and just shot the shit about comic books, right? Like this story's great, this story's terrible, you know, this is what we love, these are writers that we're looking forward to, different things like that. But it was just a way for us to nerd out about comics. And it was amazing. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
It was so
honestly,
amazing
I
we
kind of
stopped
came into
doing
this.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, it was so awesome we stopped doing it. Yeah, the biggest issue, for me, the biggest issue, and I think the reason why I initially walked away from the weekly poll was that it stopped feeling like a podcast and started feeling like a business.
Well, it became a
And
business. I mean,
it became a business,
We don't
yeah,
wanna,
and-
and I, like I don't want to interrupt your train as it's coming out of the station here, Rob. But
But I'm going
give
to.
away all. But I'm going to anyway. But we shouldn't give away all the trade secrets because there are, there were some decisions that were made that were business related, some decisions that were made that were personal.
You know what? That's true. That's true.
You know,
it was a
I'm
podcast
just
we
saying-
did where we talked about comic books. Done and
Yes.
done. There we go.
Well, no. We'll talk. We can talk. We can talk shop. I mean, we could definitely, we can just say that everything that didn't work out was Benny's fault. And just move on. I mean, like, I'm kidding.
That's terrible.
Benny,
Absolutely
Benny
not.
tried to make Benny.
Trust
was
me,
like-
he'd love that joke.
I know
Yeah,
he would. Benny would have loved this because he would have been like, "What a great time!" Like, yes, we waited. We did. He was behind at backstage baseball. We were planning something. Like we were actively pursuing this, but on a stage at a con, and it just didn't happen. But,
Didn't happen. Didn't come to
but we were
fruition.
planning it. Benny's like, "Is it time? Is it time? Is it time for us to do?" And I'm like,
Wait. Benny was planning like a weekly poll reunion at a con?
Yes. Benny wanted to do a weekly poll reunion at a con. He's like, should we just get everyone and just go, San Diego or New York or something? I'm like, well, New York would never give us one, but San Diego,
Unfortunately.
yeah, that would be that's something.
It was like the Beatles play on the rooftop there. We
That's-
surprised everyone with it.
Literally, we were spitballing some ideas about like maybe we should do like a comic book store appearance or something like that. Just like, maybe some place in Washington so Joel could take the ferry.
Thank
Something
you.
where it would actually get everyone involved, and it just didn't happen. But part of the reason why it didn't, why it went for as long as it did and then didn't was just because of business. It was Benny was like Benny was really excited about the idea of like, okay, this is Benny to a T. Okay, we have this great thing. How can we turn it into 10 great things?
Right.
Or how can
Yeah,
we turn it into this
100%.
other
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Benny was super savvy about that. Like that guy was the master
Stellar
of wheeling and
businessman.
dealing. Yeah, he was a master of wheeling and dealing. Like
Yes.
I had never seen a man lock down so many brand deals in my time. I remember there was one time we went down to we went to LA for like some Warner Brothers event or something like that. And it was like this industry, there were like industry panels and all that kind of stuff. and like Benny's like wheeling and dealing with everyone,
Mhm.
right? Like
Uh-huh.
he's going to like every vendor. He's locking down these $2, $3, $4, $10,000 brand deals,
Working
right?
all the
And
time.
it's like, dude, this guy never stops working. Like Benny's like he wakes up and he just works until he goes to bed. It was
Well,
it
he
was
was like, "What are
absolutely
we?
nuts.
I mean, what are we doing here?" He's like, "We're doing this to get another thing, to set up the next thing." And it was like,
Yeah.
man, sometimes we are just here to go to the convention. Like sometimes we're just here to have some fun. And for him, that was like, okay, how can I get this statue for slightly less than cover price, and then get it shipped to my house where it will go next to another gigantic statue.
And he always
Okay,
did.
did you ever see his basement? You ever see the statues in Benny's basement?
I did see the statue.
It was nuts. It was dope. Like he had a wall full of statues, and it looked fantastic. Like it looked incredible.
It was.
Faust.
You guys would be. I wish he'd made a video. He's like, just a Cribs style video.
Right.
This is for,
Oh,
for
yeah.
young kids out there. But yeah, it would have been amazing to be like, this is my like his viewing room, like his home theater room, which had a wall of statues in their own custom sized shelving units with their own little individual spotlights. Man,
Oh, everybody is saying Sal is super quiet. How do I increase
Yeah.
your volume, Sal?
you can't, and I have no idea on this thing, but I will do my best to.
Wait, it says automatically adjust mic volume. Okay, I'm gonna turn
Ah, there we
yours
go.
up.
Oh, you did it. Oh, great.
Or you can just yell.
Okay.
You know.
Huzzah!
Everybody, like, let me know if Sal sounds. Yeah, just yell really loud for the
Oh, that's
whole-
great. No.
the
I
whole
saw. I
podcast.
watched you. I literally watched you do it, and I was like, oh, that's even better.
Okay, is Sal better, guys? Can you guys
Am
hear
I?
me better?
Am I better? I mean,
Okay,
you know,
Alex
not as
says
a man,
Alex says
but-
much better.
All right.
Alex
well,
is
thank you, Alex.
Alex is apparently my unofficial podcast behind the scenes producer guy. So
Yeah.
honestly, I have not talked to Faust in years. I still have Faust on Facebook. Dude, have you guys seen? Do you guys have Faust on Facebook?
I
Yeah.
do
Dude,
have
he's
Faust on
yes.
Facebook.
huge.
Indeed,
he's
I do.
swole, man.
I know,
He looks
massive.
better. Yeah, because he
Yeah.
got like way into fitness / like gains, and now
From
he
twink to
looks,
twonk.
Yeah, damn right. Yeah, he looks great.
Yeah.
He looks like the
Yeah,
absolute Batman.
he is huge.
He really does.
Yeah.
Absolute Faust coming
Yeah.
soon.
Oh my god.
Yeah, absolute Faust. It's absolutely super effective. Yeah, 100%. But yeah, okay. So I mean,
So-
if we're doing a weekly poll, then let's go old school, right? Like, what's everybody reading? Like, what's the good and the
Yeah.
bad on your all's reading list?
Right on. I mean, well, we have to launch in with Absolute Joker, right? Because like, the newest
Mm.
Absolute.
Oh my God, yeah,
Whew.
yeah, 100%. Okay, I want to know your all's thoughts on Absolute, because to me, that was one of the best Joker stories I think I've ever read in my entire life.
That's
It's,
fair.
it so
Yeah.
perfectly encapsulates, I think, what Snyder has been trying to accomplish with Absolute Batman. There's like, look, I can break all the rules, I can flip the script, and also I can build on ideas that I had in the New 52 that maybe didn't fully come to fruition. Because Absolute Joker, I'm like, wait a minute, is this the Pale Man concept, but actually done to where it's like actually baked into the DNA of the universe? Oh my God, Snyder, you mad genius, you!
Yeah, that was totally what that was, because you could tell like there was an audience out there for the Pale Man concept during was it Endgame, when they were like, oh, is Joker 1,000 years old?
Yeah.
Like, is Joker
Yeah,
responsible
that was
for
the whole
every plague?
Dionysium storyline.
Yeah,
It was
that's
so
Yeah.
great, and I love that idea, but also I was like, I don't know if I like there was a split right down the center as far as the audience was concerned about whether they liked the idea of immortal Joker or like regular guy who's just super lucky Joker, and you could feel he had to work that around. This one, he's like, no, guy is at least as old as Wolverine, maybe hundreds of years older.
Dude, that's what I loved about it, man. Like, I love the circular nature, because I was talking to Joel. Unlike Sal, we do not have Scott Snyder on our phones. We cannot
Regularly.
text. We cannot just text Scott Snyder anytime we like and pick Scott Snyder's brain and see what he thinks. No, we have to rely on Twitter DMs. Us peons down here in the muck and
Yes.
the mud. Yeah, no, I was talking
How
to
dare
Scott
you.
Snyder in the DMs, and he was like, "What did you think?" And I was like, "Dude, I think this is as good, if not better, than your New 52 run."
Guys,
I don't know if I would look at Absolute
Yeah.
Joker as feeling something akin to the Pale Man. I mean, it's obviously like pushed to the more extreme. What I
It's an
loved about the
evolution.
Pale Man, the
Yes.
evolution. What I loved about the Pale Man concept is between that and Court of Owls, it all just felt so creepy. Like it just felt so weird
He's
and
brought
so
the
creepy.
gothic horror back to it in a big way.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah,
He's a
so,
horror
like-
writer, you know? Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, he is. And so like when I'm sitting there reading about the Pale Man in Batman Endgame, and it's like it's okay. Did you guys ever see The Conjuring?
The Conjuring.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It had Patrick Wilson, and he could like
I
he
know
could
what
like
you're
go
talking
to
about.
yeah.
That's
Well,
is
there's a
that the
really
one-
really
is-
cool.
Yeah, the one with Darth Maul in the medicine window. Yeah, mirror.
I think I saw that one. Yeah.
100%. Yes, 100%. That's what
Okay.
that is.
Great.
So there's a really good point in that movie when like the grandma or the savant or whatever it is talking about the idea that like he's always been haunted by spirits. Anyway, there's this every picture that he takes, it's like the spirit that moves closer and closer to him until there's one picture that his mom takes, so the spirit's like right up on him. It feels similar to that, right? Like that level of creepiness, right? Where you see like these pictures of the Pale Man and Joker's like in all these background shots, right? And it's like, damn, the Joker's really like hundreds of years old. Like it's stupendously creepy. That I loved. And I think that with Absolute Batman, one of the things that I loved about that is to your all's point, I think it does borrow a lot of elements from the Pale Man. I love the circular nature of the story where it's like we go back to that town once again, you know, like that kind of thing. And where Alfred's like, I think it's always been him.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I loved that. Yeah.
Same.
Oh,
And that's even before you get into the whole socio-political commentary of the whole thing, which obviously the Absolute line has had in spades. This idea where it's like the Joker's not just evil; he is this primal, like money is the root of all evil type evil. I am representative of America's worship of wealth throughout history, and that I am Rockefeller, I am Thiel, I am all of these guys, and I can get away with anything if I just give to the right charities for a little bit. Look respectable enough. You'll never look too deep into me, but you really should.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I kind of agree with Ben Affleck from The Boiler Room, right? People who say money is the root of all evil don't have it.
Right.
Well, I don't. I'm a YouTuber. Obviously,
Yeah, exactly.
I
I
don't.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm
But
messing around.
it's funny because Scott actually did mention this about the Absolute Joker, where he's like, it's not just the fact that he is like this super trillionaire, that he has all this wealth and that he hoards it like a dragon. It's also that like for him, that is his religion. Like he doesn't believe in anything except for the idea that like it's survival of the fittest. Like he's a great white shark. Our God is an apex predator, and we are godlike if we emulate him and we like do unto others what gets us an advantage, like how because that's the only thing that like separates us from the animals, is that like we understand advantage and we can take it. And it's like this Joker isn't just and he also is like he's offended by morality. Like he actually finds the whole concept repugnant, which is another interesting element to that character versus the Joker. I'd love to see the Jokers meet.
Yeah,
I
agree.
I do feel like there would be some disparity between those two characters. Like one, it would be very much like when the Joker met the Red Skull, and he's like, "Oh, you're actually a Nazi? I thought that was like a costume or something."
Yeah,
gross.
Yeah, because the Joker, like mainline Joker, is having fun with it. He's like, no, life is a cabaret. I am a performance artist. This is my art. Oh, you take this way too seriously, honey. Come on.
Yeah, like you own property. You can't own property, man.
I am chaos incarnate. I am free. Look how much is holding you down.
Yeah, like how many 401k plans do you have to oversee to make your empire run? That sounds like a big waste of my time.
Okay, so people were saying that I was talking about Insidious, not The Conjuring. Yeah, that's right.
okay,
Insidious.
okay.
Insidious was a possession one.
They
Conjuring
are
was
blend together for me at this point,
yeah.
honestly.
No, they really were. Yeah, Conjuring was like the Bathsheba chick, and they moved into like the house. And, I don't know. It does all kind of blend together.
Yeah.
After a while, guys, how's the stream video quality? Because a friend of mine sent me a text and was just like, "Your stream quality is potato quality." I'm like, "It should be streaming at 1080p." Yeah, I was like, "It should not be potatoes. Like, it should be streaming at 1080p."
Yeah.
Like, how's it not? How's it potato quality?
Yeah, I don't know. It should be fine.
Don't matter.
Yeah, chat. Let us know.
Stream.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Like, chime in and give us perspective and let us know.
Right. Exactly. It looks good to me.
Yeah.
I'm checking it out right now.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
Okay. Yeah, which is also kind of weird. Like, I don't like the fact that it sets up. I feel like she was just giving me a hard time. I don't like the fact that it sets up vertical stream. I don't like vertical streaming.
No, and it did that on purpose. Like StreamYard, just like they are they are cutting back on customer service and ramping up on bloated features. And one of them was like, we're doing dual streaming. You could stream to your shorts channel and your main channel, and it'll do all. And it's like, dude, I just want to friggin' stream. Can we just do that? Like,
That sucks. That's not what I want. I just want like a regular vertical
I know you have to.
stream.
You
Like, I
have
don't
to
want
uncheck
or
it, but if
horizontal
you're-
stream or whatever it is. Oh, okay.
Yeah. You just have to uncheck.
Yeah.
But it's
Okay.
it'll sneak up on you.
Well, then, yeah, that sucks. Okay, yeah. So, Absolute Batman, and I kind of I've heard reports both ways. I've heard people that say they felt like Absolute Batman is phenomenal. They feel like Absolute Batman is one of the greatest stories that DC has going at the moment, and that Absolute Joker just keeps that trend going. I've heard other people who were just kind of like, it was fine, right?
Really? You've heard in different
Yeah. I've heard.
I'm hearing it now too. I think as something gets really, really popular, a kind of backlash is almost inevitable. And I think 10 reprintings in, I'm starting to hear it too, that this isn't actually that great.
Yeah, no, if you guys want to make like $1 million, we should make videos that are just like why Absolute Batman is overrated. Because you'll be the only video that makes it, and everyone will watch to go, how insane are you?
Right.
Yeah. And that's why I say, I mean, I don't quite know where that comes from. I could see if that opinion on Absolute Batman just kind of be like, I could see if people were adapting that and they were taking that attitude towards like, if this was the main DC universe, right? If Absolute was not an alternate reality, because this version of Batman is very extreme, and he's just the antithesis of everything that you expect from Batman. Like
He's
Sal
Batman
and I were
AF.
talking about this.
Yeah.
Batman AF.
He's
Like
Batman AF.
Sal and I were talking about this, I think on your live stream, and I was like, he reminds me of Flashpoint Batman. He reminds me of Thomas Wayne. He's
I
not
can see it.
polished. He's running a shoestring budget. Right, because I mean, like Flashpoint Batman, he had like a laptop on a wooden desk in a cave, right?
Yes.
Like the guy had nothing going for him. Like, he didn't have anything.
That's true. Yeah, it's like,
So-
dude, you don't even have the point of the cave is to fit all of Batman's wonderful toys. If all you have is the gun that killed your family and a laptop, move it into the mansion, man. I mean, at least there's
exactly.
walls.
Put it in the guest. Like this is the Batman guest bedroom, right? This is the Batman. This is the Bat room. The Bat guest.
Yeah, it's got a couch
guest
that
room.
folds out. It's amazing. I love this.
Yeah, exactly.
This is high
Yeah.
tech.
It
Yeah.
beautifully shows the switch up too of a Batman being like, no, I am actually the one in this universe who is held down by less things. I'm more mobile now. I have been set free. I can actually be an agent of justice instead of an agent of chaos, because you'll never know when I'll pop up.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So okay, here's my question for you guys.
Let's hear
What
it.
did you think about the ending of it? Because when I was going through that ending blew me away. I was just like,
where is he
this
going? What is his
amazing.
cave?
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
The idea that like Joker has a bat cave,
Uh-huh.
basically,
Is the
and he's got an
cave hell?
Alfred.
It looks like hell.
Yeah. He's got. Well, he's probably from there. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the fact that issue in and of itself read like a classic Scott Snyder book. Like you've got a long history lesson in the beginning. You got 3 different origins that are all told retellings of the same thing. Jock coming in to do this issue, and a class like at the peak of your rise on the Batman. I mean, because literally, like Scott Snyder's like, I'm on Batman in New 52. Here's Court of Owls. Here's all these other ideas, and then inevitably, eventually gets to Joker and does this huge story. It's very cyclical, and it feels like very reminiscent of the classics, the Snyder that we knew from years ago. But it's interesting that Scott has had like 20 years or 10 years, 20. God,
Technically, his run starts with Black Mirror, if I remember
yeah,
correctly.
that's true.
Yes,
Batman Black Mirror pre-New 52. I think that was the first Scott Snyder story for Batman.
Yeah, well,
Was the Black Mirror?
I think it's
story.
Gates of Gotham was his first.
Oh yeah, with Kyle Higgins. Yeah.
Oh,
He
was
had
it?
to share it, but what you're thinking of, I think, is definitely his first solo, like when it was just Scott,
Oh, okay, yeah.
unabated. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, I'm blown away by it. And again, I've said this a lot of times about like Absolute Batman, where how it feels like Scott Snyder that but like younger. Like it's this whole book, this whole initiative has been the Dark Knight Returns for Scott Snyder's career. where he's like,
Yeah.
like I'm reborn. I am young again. Like I have all these ideas in a world that's completely changed. Like the way that Scott and company sold comics in 2011 ain't the way comics work today, despite the fact that all the same people are in charge of them.
Well, it was also a different world back then in 2011. There was a lot. I think there was a lot more excitement. Well, there's a lot of excitement now for DC, but I don't know if there was, if even now, I don't even know if even during DC Rebirth there was as much excitement for DC as there was during the New 52.
Yeah. I think that's a fair assessment because DC Rebirth absolutely was like there. Because, okay, quick timeline. New 52 was like throw out the old fans, replace them with new fans. Rebirth was like, we made as many new fans as we possibly can. Now throw them all. Now throw away any possibility of new fans. We're going to appease the old fans. This initiative is, there are both. Let's sell to them.
Like we're all starting at the same point.
Right? Like the all-in initiative / next level is all about like, let's get old fans in. I mean, for God's sake, they announced it using icons and logos from 1996.
Yep.
Like they want you to think old school fans. And then there's the Absolute line, which if DC wants to continue to eat Marvel's lunch, they need to do two quick things with the Absolute line. One, make compact editions of all the Absolute books. Number two,
Dude, you are all about compact edition comics.
No.
They're fun.
I don't even really like them because I picked up a couple and I read them. I'm like, this is awful. Like, I want to read them like a size of a comic book. That's why they're made that size. But young people love them. I understand. And if they're getting people to read, then I couldn't care less.
That's really the important thing. Yeah.
God's work.
So make the compact editions for Absolute books. Someone's got to get that. Someone's got to deliver. But
somebody's not going to get that. Nobody's going to get that.
They can wait.
But the other thing they need to do quick is they got to make some cartoons.
Ooh.
Oh my God, dude! Do you have any idea how many comments I've seen on Twitter, YouTube videos where it's like, when are we getting an animated Absolute Batman?
It would make the most sense, and they got
used to be their secret weapon.
Absolute Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and you know what? Do the thing that they did over. Like, here's the thing you could steal from Disney. You know the Visions initiative for Star Wars. Grab any one of those amazing studios and go. You're doing Batman. You're doing Wonder Woman. You're doing Superman. All at the same time.
What was the Visions thing for Star Wars?
Star Wars released these like movies or like anthologies called Star Wars Visions, and it was just like a whole bunch of miniature vignette Star Wars stories, each done by a different animation studio.
Was that like Tales of the Jedi and stuff like that?
No. This is different. This was like little mini movies they did on Disney Plus with all the major anime studios and like Aardman and Toon Brew and like those people too.
Yeah. Like a lot of studios that were exclusively not American. They were like, let's see what other people have to say with Star Wars. It was beautiful. If you haven't seen it, you'd be like, whoa! Like especially because you'd find your favorites and go, those guys need to make a Wonder Woman movie.
Right. There's so many masterpieces in there. Like there's that French one they did during like Imperial occupation, and it's got all this beautiful ribbon dancing. I'm like, how have I never heard of these people before? Give them all the money for their next project.
Yeah. There's also that great what did they make? I can't remember if it was on what streaming service it was on because they're all horrible. But like the one with the video games where each one was like a different studio making a different adaptation. Like Mega Man and like,
Warhammer got one.
Warhammer, Unreal Tournament, etc. But same deal. Like
I feel like I'm missing out on like 99% of geek culture because I'm just like Star Wars Visions. I don't know what that is. You're talking about animation studios from
dude. It came out during COVID. It's like 6 years old.
Yeah. I mean, the newest Visions just came out not that long ago. Actually, it just came out like a couple months ago.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
they made a new one. But yeah, man, secret level thing.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I don't know that Joel's over here. Just like the newest one came out like a few months ago.
How dare you?
How do you not know that? Like, what's your problem? Like,
Rob, check out Next Level at the very least. Or Secret Level. You'll love it.
Oh, okay. Secret Level I've heard of. I've heard Secret Level's incredible.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? As a sidetrack, since we're going full geek culture, is anybody here? Are you guys anime fans?
Yeah, not as much as I used to be. I watch maybe one new show a year. It's hard to keep up with it now because there's so much of it now.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Solo Leveling?
I've heard of Solo Leveling. I haven't.
You need
seen
to watch
it yet.
Solo Leveling.
Okay.
Like that's all I'll say about it. Like you need to watch Solo Leveling. I don't know what kind of anime Sal's in. I don't know why I said Sam. I don't know what kind of anime like Sal's into, but
not much.
Not much. Okay. Yeah, you don't strike me as a guy who's just like, oh my god, the newest season of Full Metal Alchemist or whatever in the hell came out.
Baka. No.
They haven't made that show in forever, but like, yeah. Fair enough. Okay.
But you know what they should
before
do?
we start talking.
Go ahead.
No, what's up? No.
Well, I was
What's up?
gonna say we should talk about the leaks.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like before we
yes.
start like talking about like the comics that are coming out and yada 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 and whatnot. Yeah, man. So let's talk about the Marvel strategy for taking what is, I would say, the trailers for the most anticipated Marvel project since Endgame
Yeah,
Mhm,
100%.
and putting them in movie theaters and saying it's the only way to see that. You know what this reminds me? This is the first thing I thought of when they announced that. I was like, this is called artificially propping up an industry. And Marvel and DC did it when they did the Marvel DC crossover. They were like, hey
Yeah.
guys, if you want to get Batman Deadpool, in order to artificially prop up comic book stores, you're gonna have to go in there and buy it that way, as opposed to just reading
Yeah.
it digitally or
By the
something
way,
like that. Which
I'm glad they did
yeah.
that. I love that. I
Likewise.
think that's fantastic because
Had
you
a
know
great
what?
time
You
with
need,
it.
you know,
see, that's
sometimes you gotta get a B12 shot, my friend.
after 10 years, we still don't see eye to eye on digital versus physical comic books.
The proof is in the sales, my friend. Digital is dead when it comes to comic sales. It's just
Yeah, you know
now when I
why?
say-
Because you know why? Because you can't buy them digitally day one, and because Marvel and DC never tell anybody that you can, unless
Well-
you read a physical comic book.
That's very true. Well, although they
Yeah.
do have, I mean, they have their Netflix subscription services. You can watch, you can read your Marvel comics on Unlimited with your special app, and you can get all kinds of stuff and perks and whatnot. It's just you have to wait 3 months for the next issue.
I mean, I will buy a physical comic book if it's of particular importance. Like that's Giant Size X-Men #1, autographed by Hickman.
Well,
like
yeah,
if it's
that's a different story
It's
than
a-
the latest
it's a
issue
different-
of whatever, of Flash.
yeah. That's when I
uh,
buy physical. If it's just like I really want this comic. Like
Yeah.
otherwise, I just read mine digitally. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah. So what's your all's thought on the idea of them taking the trailers? Because it like Paul at Heavy Spoilers tweeted out, and he was like, it's weird. It's almost like it's 2025, and someone could just go into a theater with a phone and just record the trailer, put it on the internet.
And this has
Yeah.
always been the case. I mean, this is what I think is why they stopped coming to Comic-Con too, where it's like, why do we bother showing off all of these amazing trailers and trotting out all these celebrities at like Hall H when some dude's just gonna have it on his phone in like the next 5 minutes? It's gonna be all over the internet. We could just release it in good quality, maybe.
yeah.
Actually, okay, have you done Hall H?
Never once. Always wanted to.
Have you been to San?
Dude.
You've never been to San Diego?
No,
right?
unfortunately not. No.
You've never been to San Diego? You should apply for a press
never.
pass. Oh God,
I
yeah.
I
Dude,
should
San Diego-
try. I mean, it's
San
going to be a
Diego's
lot
dope.
harder for me to get there these days. But yeah, I hear what
Oh,
you're
He's
fair
in
saying.
enough,
Canada.
Yeah,
Fair
I'd love
enough,
to do
yeah.
it once. For me, it's like I got to cross the border. I got to fill out a lot of paperwork.
Yeah, and God forbid.
Wait,
you
the
sell anything.
Spider-Man brand new day trailer leaked?
Yes, it did.
Jeez.
Well, when we went live, it leaked. And maybe it
Okay,
leaked.
so the part of me that is clearly reckless and exceedingly irresponsible and would love to make an incredibly poor decision wants to find
Well, just go on
the-
Twitter and type in
the-
"brand new day" and you'll get
no
a million hits.
wants to like find the trailer and like put it on the stream. But if I did that, we would
Yeah.
get shut down like that. Like
Yeah.
The Disney
Yeah,
corporate
that's-
ninjas would be here within
oh,
minutes.
100%. Yeah, my screen would go black, you'd hear a gunshot, and then Thomas Explained would stop uploading videos forevermore. Yeah, that
Yep.
would be
Yeah.
that would be nuts. Wait,
Yeah.
the hand is in it? Okay, that doesn't surprise me. Okay, yeah. Sal, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the leaks? What are your thoughts?
I mean,
on
I'm
the leaks?
in. Like, they leaked because here's the thing: they also leaked the first trailer for Doomsday. So we know what happens in the beginning of Doomsday. Or at the very least, we know who it's focusing on. People are freaking out about that. They just dropped the brand new day leak, which could be real, but more than likely because it's filmed on someone's random screen. It's
Glad
probably
you said it.
AI, especially because you see a couple of like still moments. Like there's no movement in a couple of the
Yeah.
Spider-Man shots. So I'm like, oh, you're probably fake. But I would imagine since we're getting we got the Supergirl teaser this week, we got a Lanterns teaser this week.
Mhm.
We're probably going to get a full-blown trailer for Supergirl by Christmas.
Yeah.
Marvel will be smart to start dropping some
Sal keeps
Mara
reading himself.
stuff.
Yeah.
Marvel,
Yeah,
Marvel,
he's too
Marvel,
excited.
Marvel doesn't want Sal
to-
talking about what they should be doing.
No, they
Yeah.
don't. They don't. They don't want to hear it. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That is something that I very okay, Joel, I want to know your thoughts on this because that's something that I very much agree with Sal on this. Marvel's kind of screwing up
Oh,
They-
with their
they-
marketing and their releasing and everything.
they've lost control of the conversation. I mean, before they were doing great, and they were helped out immensely by the fact that their competition kept tripping at the goddamn start line every time and eating absolute shit. Now that's not the case anymore. Now they not only are facing some real competition, but competition with a vision who worked for their machine, knows how their tricks are played, and as such is kind of able. I mean, James Gunn kind of became their worst nightmare, didn't he?
Yeah.
It's I mean, okay. I don't know, because Sal and I were talking about this on his live stream. The Supergirl looks cool. I think I'm going to enjoy it. The trailer makes it look like Guardians of Supergirl, right? Supergirl.
Yeah,
of
it
the Galaxy.
does.
It
Now, that could be
100% feels
fake.
like a Guardian. Yeah,
That could,
it feels
well,
it feels like a Guardian movie. So
yeah. Well, that's. I
Yeah.
think that's because the studio is like, we know the one thing that everyone's on board for is James Gunn, and this is the first joint
Gunless.
coming from DC that has no Gunn outside of him like producing or supervising. So director, writer, inspiration, none of it's Gunn related, and none of it really feels. If you read Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, nothing feels like a Gunn movie.
No, it's true.
So
no,
It's
nothing
True
about that
Grit.
feels like a James Gunn movie.
yeah. So I think
Yeah,
this-
it feels
might
like
be-
True Grit, 100%. Yeah.
Well, it should be. I could imagine that Warner Brothers is like, cut it like a Gunn movie so that people think, because this is the same studio that like saw David Ayer's freaking Juggalo Joker movie and went,
Yes.
make it like make it like those TikTok kids pre-TikTok making like a new music video for Bohemian Rhapsody, like. And then they went, oh, that probably might work. Let's just do that. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's the same people, right? It's the same studio at the very least. It's like
Yeah.
making the same terrible.
Well, they know that
decisions.
James Gunn, they know that like Guardians of the Galaxy is like the #1 hit for James Gunn in the modern era. It's what he's the
Yeah.
most synonymous with, right? People think of James
Totally.
Gunn, they think of Guardians of the Galaxy. So it's like,
Well, and-
we got to give it like that kind of a feel, at least in the trailer. So people are just like, oh, I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm going to go see Supergirl because it kind of feels like that. Yeah,
And
100%.
not only that, but like James Gunn also pulled off the Herculean task of like spinning straw into gold. He made a franchise out of nothing, as far as the culture is concerned, as far as like the laymen are concerned. Like, what is Guardians of the Galaxy? Where does that come from? What's the highest selling Guardians of the Galaxy comic book? How many average people know who? Like, you might be able to get 9 out of 10 people to identify Iron Man. You are not in 2003 or 2013 going to be able to get people to go, oh yes, that's Rocket Raccoon. My favorite. It's Groot. It's not
Yeah,
going to
no.
happen. So as far as the
Well, the
studios
only
and
people
all
who
of
knew
them
were
are
like the Dan
concerned,
Abnett fans.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
it was
sure,
the Dan
yeah,
Abnett fans in Marvel. Yeah.
we all love Annihilation. We all love the real, the Guardians of the Galaxy or that iteration of them. But I can imagine all the studios paying attention, going like, that dude just made something out of a cartoon rabbit. Like, I don't know how it's going to happen. I know it's a raccoon. I'm just, being reductive. But like, they're like, I can't believe he did that. What he did is something that we can't replicate. So we'll just hire him to do that.
Which
And so,
which is ironically what the plot of Guardians 3 was all about. No one can create like me.
yeah, Guardians 3 is just, I'm leaving Marvel, and Marvel doesn't know why I'm good at what I do.
Yes, that's totally what the whole plot is of that
Yeah.
thing. You can all make it seem like you're creating something, but you can't.
Yeah. No, Guardians 3 was 100%. I'm finishing up my contract and then I'm gone. Because if I remember correctly, Joanna Robinson had this in her book. He was already going to DC. He'd already worked everything out with DC by the time he did Guardians 3.
Didn't they
And so
shoot
he was
a
just like,
scene
I'm out.
for Guardians 3 at DC?
They might have.
Like, I think that
Did
they
he
actually
really?
used. I think they might have used. There's something where like there was a reciprocity where like they got to use a soundstage at the other company. Like that's how like gone he was.
Wow. I did not. It doesn't surprise me, but I did not know that. No, I mean to your point about Marvel marketing and everything, 100%. Because I think people are really excited about Avengers Doomsday, right? It's really interesting. It's anecdotal. Take it for what it's worth. My sister used to be a really, really huge Marvel Cinematic Universe fan.
Used to be.
Endgame ends. And then she's like, okay, well, let's see what comes next. And I think she, like a lot of people, were just kind of like, they're not really doing anything great, And so I remember talking to her when they announced Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't like that. And I was like, what? I was like, I thought like you loved. I thought you would be excited about that. She said the same thing that so many people that I've heard so many people say. He had his time. They should have gone with someone else.
Very.
And I think that kind of mentality, that kind of attitude, is impacting Marvel, I think, a lot harder than it seems. Now, I don't think that it's going to like destroy the Marvel Cinematic Universe image, but to the point that you're making, Sal, right? Like what James Gunn's DC Cinematic Universe has going for it, and Joel, you brought this up too. What James Gunn's DC Cinematic Universe has going for it, it's the novelty, it's the newness. It's the fact that people are aware of Superman. You'd have to leave Earth to find a sentient life form that doesn't. And there's probably aliens in like the Vega system, right?
Who are aware of Superman, who recognize
you are
the
aware
logo.
of Superman. Yeah. Like aliens are going to invade Earth one day and just be like, take us to this guy, right? This dude, this Superman guy, right? Like they have so many more characters that people are aware of. But I think that movies like Superman showing Guy Gardner, people are like, okay, well, now I'm really curious about the Green Lantern. And even if they only heard of him casually, they're like, I want to learn more about that. And I want to learn more about him.
There's novelty to it now.
There's novelty to it all.
Let me show you something weird. Let me show you something you haven't seen before or might not been aware of.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think that when people look at James Gunn and the DC Cinematic Universe, they look at things like Peacemaker, which is not the most successful product ever made in the history of the comic book industry, but it does demonstrate that James Gunn being able to take what is in effect a no-name character and turn them into a household name, it's not lightning in a bottle, right? The guy didn't just happen to succeed once.
No,
he didn't get lucky.
He's got the power.
He knows what he's doing. And so when you in turn say, okay, well, this guy's the one leading the show, and Lanterns and Supergirl and like all these products are coming down the line, it gets people really excited for what the DC Cinematic Universe has to offer. Yeah. And then Marvel's just like, you got to go see Avatar if you want to see the trailer for Avengers Doomsday. And it's like, Marvel, that's a really bad idea.
Yeah,
right? It would be
especially
much
because
better
most of
if
us
they
going to be like,
spaced
nah. Like, I'm not going to see your... I literally, I read a headline today that just said, Avatar Fire and Ash is the longest and most boring Avatar yet. And I was like,
that's what I heard. Yeah.
That's hard to imagine given that I thought that I've never seen the second one and I didn't like the first one. But whatever.
Well, no, I mean that's the point though, right? I mean, if you as much as movies cost, right? What is it? Say for like if I go see the movie, right, it's going to cost me $30-$40, right? And if all I care about is the trailer, then I'm basically paying $30-$40 to watch a 90-second clip.
But
if that.
But
30-second clip, 60-second clip.
They did that already. Like, they did it to much effect. The problem is that back in the day, you couldn't stream the trailer from your phone in a high resolution, but they did it for Phantom Menace. Like, I remember vividly Phantom Menace trailers. People went to go see all kinds of stupid movies. They went to go see Meet Joe Black because there was a Phantom Menace trailer. I can imagine a ton of teenagers.
Did they really? There was a Phantom Menace trailer, Meet Joe Black? I was too young to, well, I wasn't too young, but like I never saw... I don't think I saw Phantom Menace. No, I saw Phantom Menace in theaters.
I saw Phantom Menace in theaters. And I watched those trailers, and I was hyped. The difference is they didn't make, like, a whole bunch of disappointing Star Wars movies and then release the Phantom Menace trailer.
Oh, I was going to say, like, Phantom Menace is kind of one of the most reviled Star Wars movies in recent memory.
It used to be. It certainly used to be. But when children were reared on it, you're 6 or 7 and you watch Phantom Menace and you're just like, oh boy, pod races and Darth Maul. Then you become a 35-year-old and you're like, I think Phantom Menace is the most underrated classic in cinematic history. And it's like, I don't know what universe I slid into, but whatever it is, it's an unforgiving world.
Those cartoons did a lot of heavy lifting, too, on a whole generation who did not have action cartoons on Saturday mornings. So that Clone Wars did a lot. It really, really did.
First of all, Mariah loves Clone Wars. She won't hear a word against it. Like there was one time I was giving her shit, and I was like,
I like Clone Wars.
Clone Wars.
I was like Clone Wars. I was like, that's that garbage ass show that like was based on episode 2.
That would do it.
Yeah, and she got pissed. Now, admittedly, the way that I phrased it wasn't the best way to do it, but she was not.
No,
I used to be like that. Yeah. I was a late convert, man. Ironically, because I liked Rebels so much, because I'm like, oh, this is new and different. This is what the prequels really should have been. What do you mean it has characters and connections to Clone Wars? What do you mean I got to go back and watch Clone Wars to get the full breadth of this? Then I ultimately did, and I'm like, all right, Dave Filoni, all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, like to the point, right? Marvel has a couple of products coming out that are driving a lot of interest from fans in relation to the movies. Mm-hmm. You got Avengers Doomsday, you got Spider-Man No Way Home, or Spider-Man One More Day.
Brand New Day.
A Brand New Day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing they didn't call it One More Day, because I know you would refuse to go see it just on general
No, I
principle.
would have
Sal.
seen it. I'm not a
Like,
wacko.
no,
They did One More
Dude,
Day.
Spider-Man One More Day. You would immediately turn. You would just be like, no.
I would be a.
Like, for those of you guys in the chat who don't know, whenever you think of like that Spider-Man fan, that's Sal. This guy knows more about Spider-Man than anybody on the planet. So Sal's one of those guys that just can't let go of the fact that J. Michael Straczynski wrote One More Day.
I love saying.
And so
I
for
love
him,
JMS.
that name is just. Yeah.
No,
It's just,
I like
you know.
JMS. He did a great job with a lot of Spider-Man stuff.
Yes.
But we're not
The
talking
Think
about
Tank
One More
era,
Day right
yeah.
now. Yeah.
And if you
We're
ask
talking about Brand New Day.
and if you ask JMS about it, he'll even say, "No, I wrote a lot of that on duress. Why do you think I didn't write for Marvel for like over a decade afterwards?"
Dude, he
Yeah,
got
yeah.
hate mail and it. Like he did not want to write that story. Like he was made to write that story by Quesada, and then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it sucked. But yeah, no. So there's like two big projects for the Marvel Cinematic Universe coming out. And yeah, what?
Okay. It is legit
Oh,
because according
It's
to
legit, really?
Deadline, this might be hearsay. According to Deadline, we are taking corrective measures to ensure this doesn't happen again. An official line.
Wow. Wait,
Now,
we're
that
dead.
might
Oh,
be-
that's a message from Sony?
That might that is allegedly
No
what Sony
way.
said. We'll see.
No shit. Wow.
Hold on, I'm gonna look this up. Spider-Man trailer leak. I mean, dude, here's the thing, man. When they did Spider-Man,
Way Home?
No Way Home, the one that had like Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire
Yeah.
in it. When I got the screening from Sony, when Sony was like, "We're going to send you to a theater and you're going to be able to screen the movie early," I got to watch it up until they went into the Sanctum Sanctorum to meet Doctor Strange, and then they ended it. They're like, "You don't get anything more than that." Yeah, they cut it off 20 minutes in.
Wow.
And I was just like, I mean, okay, I don't know how I'm supposed to get in here. Hey guys, guess what? They go to see Doctor Strange.
Like, yeah, I saw that in the trailer. I know that.
Yeah.
Stop holding
I
out
don't- I
on
don't
us,
know
Rob.
yeah. I don't know how you market, but at the same time, you guys remember how ferocious like the leaks and anything about Spider-Man
yeah.
No Way Home was.
Oh
So
my god.
yeah, if they had been, I mean, I would never have done it, but if they were like, hey everybody, like, you know, all the people out there who are part of like the Sony ecosystem, right? Like you get to go and you get to see the movie, you get to see the whole movie. You know, don't tell anybody what you saw. Scout's honor. 100%. The entire plot of that movie would get leaked
Oh,
online.
100%. It'll be happening
Yeah,
as
absolutely.
it's going. Like, okay, so then Spider-Man goes into the Sanctum Sanctorum.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
That's exactly
tweeting
what they
as
would
it
do.
happens.
yeah.
I
Okay, it
actually
looks
did
like
that at San
Spider-Man's
Diego
fighting
one
the
year.
lizard. Yeah.
Yeah. I did that at San Diego one year. I'm surprised I never got in trouble. Myself and a buddy of mine, Victor Danger, he's a really, really good comic book writer. We were, he's actually the one that got me into Hall H. We were in Hall H. It was like myself and members of the staff and whatnot. And I'm just like tweeting out in real time everything that's going on. Right? They're walking up and down the aisle with flashlights. Right?
Like
Checking
old timey
people to-
ushers.
Yes, right. Like checking people to make sure they're not doing anything shady. So like I'm sitting there in Hall H and I'm just like, you know, just yeah, like I'm clearly excited about The Rock playing Black Adam. I'm
Right.
very excited about this, right? But like in the meantime, I'm just like, this happens and this happens and this happens, and I'm just like tweeting out in real time like everything that's going on in Hall H.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like it 100% would have leaked. But the bigger point that I'm making is that I can applaud Marvel for the idea of wanting to maintain their secrecy and the idea that comes with this whole, you know, like if we don't spill the beans on everything, it's going to drum up a lot of excitement. But that philosophy of secrecy can work against you
Indeed,
big
it can.
time. Especially when you're talking about the DC Cinematic Universe, the excitement for a lot of the projects that they're creating, Marvel having their projects that are coming out, and the fact that almost nothing's being released about it, and it's leaked in its cloak and dagger. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know. Marvel's got a marketing team with hundreds of people,
Mhm.
each of whom I'm sure have varying degrees of experience in this, right? Some who just got out of college, some have been studying this stuff for 30 years, right? So who am I to override, you know,
Right.
the opinion or to you know tell those people they don't know what they're talking about? But from a fan's perspective, I'm excited for Avengers Doomsday as much as I can be excited for any Marvel project. I'm more excited for shows like Lanterns because I'm excited of what can come out of it.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think anything
So-
is going to come out of I mean, like, I think Lanterns will be, because like Damon Lindelof is involved. Like, I think it's going to be very like Guy Gardner's going to be in it. I think so. Like that makes
Naturally,
sense.
you gotta.
But like otherwise,
Yeah.
it'll be very Lantern centric. Like it'll be about what they're doing, and if there's any like larger universe implications, it'll be like from a post credit scene that someone else directed, and it'll probably feature like Superman or something. Like it won't be like hard references. It might have references, but it'll be within the context of the story you're watching, and not like a kind of universe tease.
I don't know, man.
I would love to see Toma Ray in it, and maybe have someone bring up, hey man, Krypton, wasn't that your job to watch over that sector of space?
Oh my God! Somebody
Toma,
tweeted that out to me. I forgot that happened.
That's funny as hell. Yeah.
I forgot about that, Joel.
Because they could actually spin it into something really interesting, where it's like, ooh, so we know that the Kryptonians were kind of warlike conquerors in this universe. Is this where the Guardians are like, yeah, we kind of chose not to save them actually because we feared them?
Yeah, that'd be fine. That'd be
I don't know, man.
To
like,
double down on that idea that I hate.
I want Lanterns to lead into Blackest Night.
That's a big
Who
ass.
died?
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're gonna need to kill a lot more people.
No,
first.
here's I told Sal, you already know about this. Joel, here was the idea that I had, right? My idea was that Lanterns, that show picks up and the War of Light is already going on out there in the universe. Right. And Jon Stewart is kind of our stand-in as the audience, which is to say Hal Jordan is explaining the Lantern Corps. Right? And you can do all that in 10 minutes in the movie. Right. But Hal Jordan is like explaining the Lantern Corps. He's explaining what the War of Light is. Right. And there's the explanation of like what the prophecy of Blackest Night is. They're on Earth to investigate the death of Alan Scott. And Alan Scott basically resurrects as the first Black Lantern and crushes Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. Now, the question is, as you guys know, the whole point of Blackest Night was a soft reboot for DC.
Yes.
Right? Let's bring back everyone who died and then keep the ones we like, and we'll give them White Lantern rings and then they'll stick around, whatever. So we're already in a lived-in universe, right? Superman established this universe has been around for a while. So who's to say who's already died?
Yeah,
right?
we're on our third Green Lantern, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, so when we're talking about a Blackest Night movie, and we're talking about the current DC cinematic universe, instead of like sitting down and asking the question, so how are we going to bring in Hawk and Dove? And how are we going to bring in like Zatanna, right? And all these different characters. It's just like, all these people are Black Lanterns now, right? And then it's just like, like Blackest Night happens, and they're like, so here are the ones that we're going to keep. Everybody else goes back to being dead. And now they get to tell a movie that's double duty, right? The movie gets to tell the story of who this person is while simultaneously figuring out their place in like this new world compared to the old one, right? Like the world they were in before they died.
You can also keep characters like Sergeant Rock and like the JSA in the modern time if you want, without having to explain, wait, didn't you fight in World War II? Yes, but I'm also here now. Lanterns.
Sergeant Rock, like the old Joe Kubert character? Like
yeah.
Well, I mean, we know him in Easy Company exists because of Creature Commandos. He was hanging out with a GI Robot and everything.
I have not watched Creature Commandos. I have no desire to see Creature Commandos.
Is
it
really
good? Do I need to watch it?
Yeah,
it's so much fun.
You'll love it.
I nothing about like there was nothing about that show where it's like I'm excited to see Creature Commandos. Like I don't blame you. Desire to see it.
It's canon too.
Yeah.
I know all that stuff's canon. Yeah,
it's Guardians of the Galaxy again. Like I mean, it's just monsters instead of space people. But yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not necessarily against that.
It's a smart idea.
It's also closer stylistically and even like, in terms of structure to classic Suicide Squad stories, which is why I loved it so much. Like, this is a Suicide Squad story is what this is. This is great.
Yeah, no, it definitely feels like that. It feels almost like DC/Warner's was like, okay, so we know you're going to work on Superman, which is very much not really your style. We know that you're running our universe, which is going to have a bunch of different ideas and visuals and visions from different creatives. In the DC universe, a quilt of different ideas and universes anyway. But can you give us a Guardians of the Galaxy? And he's like, yeah, I can do that with like these guys. They're like, great.
It's simple enough. Okay, I can 100% say, Sal, I love the way that you explain things. I love the way that you're like, so here's definitely what the pitch meeting looked like. Joel, do you remember, and it's one of my favorite memories from Sal, do you remember in the old Weekly Pool days, Sal was talking about when DC came up with the idea for the New 52. And it's like, I know exactly how this pitch meeting happened. And you were like, so Jeff Johns is in the office, and he's like, so here's the story I have for the Flash. He's going to go back in time, and he's going to save his mom's life, and the universe is going to go to shit. So he's going to have to go back in time, and he's going to have to go back in time and like let her die, and then things are going to go back to normal. And Sal's like, and then Dan DiDio was like, what if it didn't? And he's like, it's like, what are you talking about? I was like, let's just reboot. right now, and like,
But this was just my Flash story, though. Not anymore. It's not.
Not anymore.
Yeah,
now I'm
it's a
taking it and
whole
running with
reboot.
it. Yeah, we're rebooting.
Dude, I
but
saw.
there's-
I loved that.
Thank you, man. But we don't have any
I'll
plan.
never
There's no,
forget
there's
that.
no, we have no ideas. That's okay. We got a whole bunch of creative people here right now.
Stick
Yeah.
and move, stick
Superman.
and move.
I mean, that's.
Oh, man.
I haven't seen or heard any stories to refute that theory. By the way.
No.
I don't know, man. As far as I know, Jeff Johns and Marvel are not on, or DC are not on like the best of terms at the moment. I don't know.
I don't know.
How that whole situation goes.
What was the last thing he wrote? That short tenured JSA?
Yeah.
No, he wrote Shazam and the Seven Magic Lands. That story was fantastic. If you never read Shazam and the Seven Magic
did,
Lands,
actually.
it's
It was
so
really
fun.
good.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
I did.
really good, right? It's a comic meant for like 14-year-olds, but like it was still really fun. Like I had a great time reading it, right?
What comic isn't for 14-year-olds?
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
there are quite a few.
And
Marvel,
those who are young
Marvel
at heart.
Ruins. I wouldn't give Marvel
No.
Ruins to a 14-year-old. Yeah.
But a 14-year-old would be the one that would enjoy it the most.
Right.
Because they'd be like, "Whoa, that's so dark."
yeah, you know what? That's true. Yeah, they're like 14-year-old and emo.
What?
You know,
They can read it while they're listening to like Atreyu in the
Cure.
background.
Yeah,
The
the-
Cure,
Atreyu.
nice reference.
Good
The,
pull.
the chat reminded me there. It was Stargirl. Stargirl and the Lost Children was the last thing he wrote,
Oh.
which was actually
Oh,
really
okay.
good and set up the return of all the Golden Age sidekicks, including Airwave, that takes us into what's going on in JLU right now. So it actually ended up being pretty important.
Mm-hmm.
Was it? Because I thought the base like JLU right now was based on the We Are Yesterday crossover.
It is, but they also took Airwave from the Stargirl story. That's how he came
Oh,
back.
that's right. I didn't even know how they got Airwave. I assume Airwave
That's
was
how.
just there because when I pick up was it We Are Yesterday, Superman. No, I'm sorry. During the end of Absolute Power, Superman gives him a Justice League Unlimited card.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. that's
And
right.
then Gorilla Grodd shows up in We Are Yesterday and like tricks him into thinking the Justice League are back. Which, by the way, if anything, I love Mark Waid to death. If Airwave in Justice League Unlimited showed anything to me, it's that he's the dumbest guy ever. Because like Gorilla Grodd's like the Justice League are bad guys. And it's like, but what about all these things that they've done to save the world? Yeah, but like they know they're dying. They know that you're dying, and like they're not doing anything to stop it.
It makes
Oh
more
my
sense
God,
if
you're
you read
clearly
Lost
right.
Children.
They're bad guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're clearly bad guys, like 100%. And then when he comes across Gorilla Grodd and like what is it, the whole Legion of Doom, right? So like Lex and Joker and all of them. Airwave is just like, holy no hair, Batman. It turns out you are a bad guy.
yeah.
and it's
What
like,
the
Airwave,
Joker's
you're-
here?
Yeah,
It-
like God, this guy really is stupid.
The characterization makes more sense if you did read Lost Children, because it's like, hey, I
Okay.
was a sidekick in the 30s, only a couple months ago in my time. Everyone I know is not only dead but never existed due to time shenanigans. I have no home. I don't know what this Justice League is, and I'm being thrown right in the middle of it. So it makes a little bit more sense with the extra added
Oh,
context.
so was he like rooted in the idea of like the naive 30s,
Yes,
like Bucky
very.
Barnes wanders into Captain America's tent, sees him changing, and is like, I want to
yeah.
be your sidekick now. Like
That is him.
okay?
Yep, that's
Okay,
the
okay.
guy. Yeah.
Then yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, so what is on everybody's pull list? Because I've got Marvel pulled up in the moment.
Mhm.
Is anybody reading Avengers?
No.
Reading
No,
New Avengers.
I have not read Avengers. I have not read Avengers since Blood Hunt ended.
That's
I-
fair.
I am
Yeah.
reading New Avengers though. It's super cool.
Is New Avengers good? Okay. What's your favorite thing about it?
Interesting.
My favorite thing about this New Avengers, and you will never believe this. So remember Black Widow died during Secret Empire and they replaced her with a clone and no one bothered to do anything with it. In fact, she went on to have great books, adopt a kid, get into a healthy relationship with Bucky. Well, New Avengers remembers this because they're fighting a group now called the Killuminati, which are clones of the Illuminati.
I heard about that. Yeah.
So the book remembers this, and it's like, wait a minute. So cloning the Illuminati is crazy enough, but you mean to tell me you found gamma and vibranium and Terrigen to give these clones their powers? Who the hell did that? It was Black Widow, but we don't know if it was the original Black Widow or the clone. We don't know which one we have. And I'm like,
What?
that's so smart. That's
that's
so
fun.
good. Yeah.
Oh, I
You know
love
what
that.
really does kind of upset me about that is when they have these amazing plot threads that never get resolved, or if they do
Right.
they get resolved just in a really like a really
in a
silly way.
hand wavy kind of who cares kind of way. Where they're
Dude, like
I was dead, but I got
Steve-O.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like Steve-O, dude, I loved Steve-O, right? But he just kind of gets thrown into a prison cell at the end of Secret Empire. And then he gets
Burnt
killed
up.
in the beginning of Ta-Nehisi Coates' run.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So
Duggan brought him
Use
back. Yes, Duggan brought him back to try and get some revenge for Deadpool and having his best-selling Deadpool book cut short by Secret Empire. So Deadpool gets a little revenge on him later. I'm like, good.
Okay, actually, you know what? I will take that back. I did like what, because you're talking about when Dugan turned him into basically like the new William Stryker,
Yes.
right? He's got like the all-white suit and all that kind of stuff. I
Yes.
did dig that version of Captain America.
Yeah.
I or that version of Stevel. Like I dug that version of him. But like I remember talking about that during Secret Empire, and I was like, yeah. So I was like, they don't kill him. Like at the end of the story, they didn't kill him, and I was like, so this is gonna be one of those times, guys, when this dude just gets shuffled off to the cornfields, and he may or may not ever be seen or heard from again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I am not reading. Okay, have you guys been reading Jed McKay's Moon Knight? Because the Fist of Khonshu, number 15. I think this is the last issue, and I think they're either putting it on hiatus, canceling it, whatever, and then they're bringing it back.
They're
in
rebooting it.
2026.
It's going to be Mark Spector Moon Knight. It's going to be a brand new
Right.
series. That's
Oh, is that
gotta
what it's going to be?
catch
I haven't seen the solicitations for it, so
yeah.
I've
just-
only
wow.
heard good
Okay.
things.
Yeah. My,
Oh, dude,
my
have you
wife
never
Tiffany's
read Jed
reading it.
McKay's Moon Knight?
I've read like the first volume and then dropped off. I got to come back because I've heard nothing but
What?
good things.
Oh my
Yeah, I know.
god, you need
I know.
to read Jed
I
McKay's
know.
Moon Knight.
I know.
Oh my God,
Midnight
it's so
Mission.
incredible.
It's like the coolest thing. He's having like an all-timer. I know.
Bro, let me
Yeah.
tell you something, man. If okay, oh my god, yeah, Jed McKay. That's why. Okay, not to crap on Jed McKay. That's why as soon as Jed McKay started writing the X-Men, I was so excited for it, and I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I was like, wait, they're just out in like some Alaskan town, and like there's just a frozen sentinel over them, and they're like, we're gonna keep it there to remind the townspeople that they were dicks to us once. And it's like, okay, I mean, I guess I was not overly excited, and still not overly excited with his X-Men run, but his Moon Knight run, it will go down as one of the greatest Moon Knight runs ever written in Marvel Comics. It's incredible.
I mean, it's so good. They gave him X-Men and Avengers simultaneously, which, like, when was the last time that happened? Stan Lee
Bendis?
feels like forever.
No,
Yeah.
Bendis.
Oh, Bendis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bendis.
there you go. Yeah, the last time that happened where they were allowed to write both.
Yeah. Okay. The Mortal Thor. Are you guys reading the Mortal Thor?
No.
Got to catch up on that,
You
too.
really need to pick up Mortal Thor.
I loved the last one with Ewing when he was getting like super metatextual and like having whole issues that are like talking about the comic industry and why it's so broken and messed up. I'm like, this is so good and also too real. This is too real, man.
Yeah, the Mortal Thor is really good. It brings back Sigurd, that whole
cool.
personality for Thor. That one's pretty solid. Sal, this one I feel like is for you. Spider-Man Torn. I have not read this at all.
Yeah, I like it.
me
It's
too.
it's again by Babylon 5 creator JMS, and it's like it's interesting because I've seen some interviews with JMS about it where he's like, it's set during the college era. We also have the sliding time scale. I can't set it like I can't just pretend like it's during that period and pretend like there's no cell phones and that like they listen to groovy 70s music. Like it has to be like modernized. But as far as he's concerned, it's like we're slipping it into place. And unlike Kurt Busiek, he's not going to meticulously do the research because the reality is JMS never did that. So like he's not going to start now. But it is a really fun book. It's very character focused. It's what Spider-Man's supposed to. It's what Spider-Man's supposed to feel like. Like Spider-Man is supposed to be, like 1/3 Spider-Man, 2/3. I'm sorry, a quarter quarter Spider-Man. Yeah, it doesn't matter. The point is, it has to have Spider-Man, Peter Parker, and someone or some group of people who are involved with Peter Parker's life.
Right.
That's what it has to be. Like, in order to make a good Spider-Man story. This one juggles the Gwen of it, the Mary Jane of it, the Harry of it. Like, it does a lot of good, fun stuff.
And he's very funny.
He's funny.
Okay.
The universe is, and it's good, clean art. It looks really nice. It's certainly the best Spider-Man book on the shelves right now.
Do you like it better than Amazing Spider-Man from Joe Kelly?
Yeah. I mean, because
That's not a hard one to clear.
well, I don't think Joe Kelly.
Dude,
does
I
a
love
bad
the Amazing
job.
Spider-Man right now. What are you
Of course
talking
you do. It's not a
about?
Spider-Man book.
Oh my God, Sal.
I-
See, this is what I'm talking about.
I
Chat.
am liking
This
the
is what I'm
space
talking about,
stuff,
Chat.
and I have a weird respect for self-hating Norman Osborn. I'm like, oh yeah, a character who hates himself so much, but is doing it anyway.
Okay.
This is my jam.
The whole idea with Norman Osborn since the whole Sin Eater storyline.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Like I prefer old school Green Goblin Norman Osborn. He pops up long enough just to remind Peter Parker he's a dick.
Yep.
And tries to attack Peter. It's like, remember that time that I killed Gwen? And then just like races off, right? And,
Natural.
yeah, exactly. Right. Just evil maniacal laugh. I do prefer like evil Norman Osborn, bad guy Norman Osborn. That being said, I do like the idea that he's trying to like redeem himself by playing the role of Peter Parker.
But
I
he
do
knows
love
it's not going to work, but he's also doing it anyway, and no one believes in him, but he's doing it compulsively.
Dude, even Ben Reilly was just like, "You're gonna fail," and I'm like, "What an asshole!" Like,
I know.
He murdered a teenage girl.
Yeah. Dude,
You don't get to walk that back. I don't care how many magical shotgun blasts of sin blast out of your backside. There's nothing that can fix that, man.
Or magic.
Well,
spears.
I don't
Magic
know. I
spear.
don't know. I mean, let's just let's beat this. I mean, we already got a stick. Let's beat this horse.
Yeah.
Did Norman Osborn kill Gwen, or was she already dead?
Yeah.
Well, because in the
he-
comic, it's like, oh, she
Yeah,
was
her neck
already dead,
snaps.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, he sure likes to say that. No. I mean,
She was
look,
already dead?
The reality is he knocks her off the bridge. He kidnaps her and puts her on top of a bridge. Whether Peter snaps her neck and that's what kills her, or she dies from the fall, which is something that would not happen, is irrelevant.
It's
Norman
murderous
Osborn
intent.
kills Gwen. Peter does whatever he can, but again, the point is that it's a failure. That is the night Gwen Stacy dies is so perfect because it is essentially the death in the family for Spider-Man, where it's like, this is when Spider-Man learns, because the mantra for Spider-Man, great power, great responsibility. What he basically learns is, when I don't get involved, people die. Right? That's his very reductive.
Yeah, he can't be reckless.
I can't be right. Well, for him, he's like, when I don't get involved, people die. Now he is involved. But when the night Gwen Stacy died happens, he gets involved and she still dies anyway. Peter has to learn. He grows up in that story in a big bad way, where he's like, he learns a valuable lesson about just because I do get involved doesn't mean that's going to be the miracle cure-all. That doesn't solve the problem. Me being Spider-Man doesn't automatically make things better. In fact, it probably makes things worse. So that complicates the stories and makes his adventures even more interesting. In fact, it also advances all the characters. It gives everyone a good, strong, mature shot in the arm. Mary Jane
Indeed.
goes from party girl to rich, developed Mary Jane as a character in that story, and it just keeps going from there. Is it that story? It is not. What I'm thinking of is the Clone Saga, the first Clone Saga, or the Clone Genesis
What
from
the
66.
the original Ben Reilly story.
Yeah. When Ben Reilly never had a name, when Ben Reilly wasn't called Ben Reilly.
Sure.
And when they did, the whole, Jackal clone.
Wait, I thought the first Jackal. I thought the first because you're not talking about the '90s one that
I'm
introduced
talking about the
Kane
one
and all
from
that.
the 70s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I thought
old
that
one.
first one introduced Ben, because I remember that was a
It
Jackal.
does,
story. I
but
thought
yes,
that one
no,
introduced Ben Reilly.
It does, but his name ain't Ben Reilly. He's just some he's just Peter's clone. Back then they didn't have the plan
Oh, okay,
to call him
okay.
anything. But yes, it's
I
it's
never read the
technically Ben
'70s
Reilly's
Clone
first story.
Saga. The
It's
'90s Clone
inter-
Saga I read.
Yeah, you would not enjoy it. Because it's very 70s Spider-Man. It's very up its own butt, but it's also it's essential reading, and there's a beautiful sequence where because Gwen comes back. The whole point, I don't want to get into a thing about it, but it's funny because that whole period was dead is dead at Marvel. They were like, well, that dead means dead. We're not going to bring anybody back. Stan apparently reportedly got accosted at a college. He was doing his college tour, and people were screaming at him "Boo! You killed Gwen Stacy!" And he's like, "I didn't kill Gwen Stacy. Jerry Conway killed Gwen
Yeah,
Stacy."
he did.
And they were like, "What the hell?" And so Stan went back home to Marvel, and he's like, "We got to bring Gwen back. People are freaking out." And they're like, "Well, we can't bring Gwen back. She's dead." And then he's like, "I don't care what you do, but do it fast." So they came up with cloning. So they bring her back, and it's a fantastic story because Gwen just shows back up, and Peter's like, "I'm losing my mind." It's what anyone would respond to if your dead ex-girlfriend, who you actually absolutely buried in the ground, just was in your doorway one day, and she's like, "Peter, what's going on? I don't know what's happening." So that story fundamentally changes Spider-Man as well, but it's also only a little while after they killed Gwen Stacy anyway. But at the end of that story, that's when no, is it? Now that I'm thinking about it, it might actually be the night Gwen Stacy died. I'm trying to think of the last page. The last page of one of those stories, I think it's the night when Gwen Stacy died. Peter is sad, and he's moping, and he's in his apartment. And
Mary Jane Watson
comes
over.
in? Yeah, Mary Jane comes in, and she's like,
that's
"Yo."
the night when Stacy died. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, thank you. Because it's amazing. She's like, "Hey, let's talk," and he's like, she's like, "Go away. I don't have time for your party girl attitude. Me and Gwen Stacy were something special, and you're a fly by night chick, whatever." And
Yeah.
and Mary Jane stands up for herself and closes the door, but doesn't leave it, and she's like, "No, I'm gonna prove to you that I am not that flighty person that you think I am." And it's a really cool moment for everybody. Anyway, So yeah, I think Torn's a good book, and it looks good, and it's well written. But yeah, Amazing Spider-Man's a nothing burger right now. Like it's like the most recent issue. You know, he goes to space. A ship breaks. You know, a ship breaks. A ghost astral projection alien character shows up and goes blabbity blue, and then the issue's over. Like nothing is happening in these books.
Literally right after they just set up this the new status quo for the totally spaced out Spider-Man and his Web Warriors of the Galaxy, we are going to go from planet to planet, having adventures, growing stronger until I get him. Oh no, wait, we got a Venom Carnage crossover coming soon.
Actually, you're going home now.
And I guess I better get back to it. Also, don't pay attention to the Miles book where Anansi brings me back for a super cool cameo, because that book's coming to an end, and Ziegler's done such a good job. We want to reward him by getting to use Peter at least once.
And like, I didn't read it because like I can't.
Oh
like,
my god,
does
it's fun.
Peter,
It's fun. It's not the greatest read I've ever had. But
that Incursion book was.
Oh, Incursion was okay. Look, I do not like to crap on writers.
It starts strong, but oh boy, by the
Cody
end.
Ziegler, man, what the hell?
His
like,
this is
a lot of him.
Truth to tell, this is one of those books that I feel like Cody Ziegler was like made to write by Marvel. Like Marvel editorial decreed the book had to be done.
You're doing great with Miles. You can do this too, right? Even though we're going to tie your hands at every turn because these characters cannot meet each other and cannot interact with each other. Because if so, it will break the universe that we've set up. Good luck.
Yeah.
Either that or like, which I refuse to believe that Cody Ziegler actually has a ghostwriter. And that Incursion was Cody Ziegler himself writing the book, but I refuse to believe that. Like Miles Morales is incredible. Cody Ziegler's an incredible writer. This is one of those books, and I could be wrong, right? This is one of those books where I feel like Marvel was just like, Miles needs to remember his origin because of the fact that, you know, I don't know, man, because
they've played with that idea several times. Every run plays footsie with it with him, maybe remembering, and then he doesn't until they finally did for real.
Yeah, no, it's not even that. It's not even that. Like, I think that this story was either conceived of or written at a time, because I don't know when it was actually written versus when they chose to publish it. I feel like it was done at a time when Marvel was like, do what?
I said, yeah, did they know yet that they were bringing all of Ultimate to the end by the time they did this story?
That was my question, right? Because I feel like it was done at a time. Yeah, I don't think they did. I feel like it was done at a time when it was like, so after the whole story with the Maker is done, the Ultimate Universe is going to get reset, and then Miles is going to go back to the Ultimate Universe, and Peter's going to be Spider-Man in the main Marvel Universe. And then Dan Buckley's like, no, he's not either, because we're getting rid of it. Like the whole thing's gone. Yeah, so I feel like that's kind of, I feel like that's why. I feel like that's why the book seems so out of place, and it seems so weird because as it stands now, the only reason that Spider-Man Incursion even feels like it was written was for Marvel to officially say, yes, now Spider-Man or Miles Morales in continuity officially remembers everything, and here's the story you can point to make it work. Well, cool. Anansi could have done that, right? Like in his whole fight with Black Panther.
I unlocked your story.
God of Stories. I unlocked your story exactly.
That's true, and there's also two other reasons that they really need it. One, because Doom Reed Richards needs to know his actual place in the cosmic order, which is really important for Ultimates, and also he needs to take the boxes back because that's going to be the setup for Armageddon, which seems even weirder now. Yeah, we're spinning this off into an event, even though we're ending the universe. Okay.
Right?
Yes. My thought... So my thought here, I think they're killing the Ultimate Universe as it exists. I think they're going to turn the Ultimate Universe into the comic book arm of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Ugh. No thanks.
I think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to instead of them drawing on like existing Marvel comic stories, I think they're going to be like, if you want to read comics about what's happening in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, go read this universe. I think that's what they're going to end up doing.
What a terrible plan!
Right.
Because you know
it's a horrible idea.
No one at MCU, no one in the MCU is going like if they didn't acknowledge what happens in Luke Cage, they're not going to acknowledge what happens in these comic books.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be it's going to be DCU. It's going to be a continuity shit, bro. Like, it's going to be really bad.
And you know, none of the original creators would want to come back and do it because they have basically said in story what a bad idea that is. I don't know if you guys read the Guardians annual they did, which is literally about them running around trying to save this dying universe. And characters with cosmic powers like, no, I can save it. I can keep it in this hypercube. No, that's not salvation. That's stagnation. You know, enjoy this thing that it existed. Don't try and keep it under amber. Even if you did save it, it wouldn't be the same. And I'm like, okay, so now you guys are just talking. You're talking right to me, huh? This is the hostage video. Huh? This is the gun to your head right now.
Yeah, that's absolutely what they're doing. That sucks.
Wow. Yeah, that does suck. Okay. Black Cat. Is anybody reading Black Cat? I'm not reading.
I
Black Cat.
read I read the first 2 issues, and it's fun. Read similarly to like a She-Hulk kind of book. I dig it. I think Melankov's art is great, but it's the easiest book to forget to read. I'm sorry.
I'm sure who's writing it.
I don't remember.
I'm sure the writer feels fantastic about the fact that you can't be
I
bothered.
do.
to
I
read
like the
story.
book. I think it's a good book. And again, the art's fantastic. I just keep forgetting to read it. And that's not the most egregious book that I keep forgetting to read. But
G. Willow Wilson's writing it.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
There you go.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, it's
Oh,
good.
wow.
You know what?
She does a good job.
If it's G. Willow Wilson, I'll check it out. I like G. Willow
Yeah.
Wilson.
Yeah,
She's dope.
I gotta
you
catch
might
up
wanna
on Poison Ivy.
Have all the issues of Black Cat in a row, so you don't just stop. Because after the first issue, you might go, "Oh, okay," and then never read it again.
And just never pick it back up again. Yeah.
Uh-huh. You
I've
need
been
to have
guilty of that on
chained.
more than like a few books. I've
trust
definitely
me.
been guilty of that in a
Likewise.
few books.
Yeah.
Like was it Punisher Red Band? I
Oh
I read
my
the first
God.
2 issues and I was like, oh my god, I forgot.
I read
I
the
forgot about
first
this.
issue and went, "Oh, okay, I'm good."
No, dude, are you okay? I actually thought
it-
you would love it because of how they
it
handle
gets good.
Tombstone.
They go
It
nuts.
gets really good.
Okay.
They
I thought,
get
yeah, I
nuts
thought you
with
would, dude.
Tombstone didn't do
okay.
anything in the first issue. I didn't care. Also, I'm not like I like Tombstone as much as it's like he's fantastic in the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon.
They bring
The
microchip
end.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they bring Microchip back. Yeah, Punisher
Okay,
gets
that's
really,
fun.
really good. It gets
right.
really, really good. But you have to read the
Microchip
Red
back.
Band. Don't read
Yeah.
like just regular Punisher. Read the
No.
Red Band, like the
I-
hyper violent version.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
clearly popular enough. Percy is getting an ongoing Punisher now, so it's actually going to keep going after this mini. So that's pretty cool.
Great.
Yeah. You know, it's one of these funny things when I think of Benjamin Percy because a part of me is just kind of like Marvel needs to do everything they can to hold on to Benjamin Percy. Because I think the most horrifying prospect for Marvel right now is if Benjamin Percy were to leave, go over to DC and just take over their Vertigo side. Could you imagine like a Benjamin Percy, like Swamp Thing, John Constantine, Zatanna,
Ooh.
like all that stuff? Like that would be incredible.
I
I don't know
can't
if I don't
imagine
think he's
that.
ever written any of those, but that would be
I
incredible.
don't know. They're sure to
Yeah.
give him a lot to do because he's also writing that new Darth Maul book that leads into the new Darth Maul animated show as well.
Yeah, I think Percy's very happy at Marvel. I think he's doing very well for himself.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
But DC
But,
would pay better, and he'd probably be very happy over there.
Yeah, I have no idea. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Oh,
Age of
no.
Revelation.
Not I
no.
dropped.
Rogue Storm is good. Rogue
Not
Storm
a
is
single
really good.
one.
I tapped out on all of X-Men at X-Manhunt. I was being a good
Yeah.
soldier. I was reading as
Fair
many as
enough.
I could. And then they're like, you got to read all of these now. And I'm like, I do not. I was barely holding on, even just with how much it cost me to read everything during Krakoa when I was enjoying myself. Now you're having another line-wide crossover. Thank you. Good day. I am done. Yes, sadly, this means the Gail Simone book. And I love a Gail Simone team book. That one hurt me, but I did it.
Hey, you can blame Jim Shooter for that. Ever since the what is it, Mutant Massacre, Fall of the Mutants, it's been a Marvel editorial mandate that every year there be an X-Men crossover. So blame Jim Shooter. Like rest his soul.
Dude, it's been
blame
50
Jim Shooter
years,
for that.
man.
Blame Jim Shooter for that. Yeah, no. Okay, I totally understand. Gail Simone's Uncanny X-Men is incredible. I love
was
her
loving it.
Uncanny X-Men work. Storm from oh my god, I can never pronounce his
Iodale.
name. Iodale. Thank you, Sal.
Mhm.
Sal had to walk me through pronouncing this, and like when we were streaming on his channel, he had to walk me through walking this like 3 times, right? Yes, Italy. We need to bring him on to the we need to bring him on here, right?
Yes.
And interview him and talk to him. His Storm book has been nothing short of incredible since the first issue.
I hear good
Are you
things,
guys
yeah.
reading Rogue Storm?
No.
Rogue
I
Storm's
tapped
really
out on
cool.
X-Men.
So here's the thing. Rogue Storm's cool. It's a cool concept. The idea behind Rogue Storm is you've got Rogue Green and Rogue Red. Rogue Storm focuses on Rogue. Yeah, like she splits.
Oh,
Rogue Storm
God.
focuses on Rogue Red, where
Like
she basically
Superman.
doesn't really have like any meaningful powers. The traditional Rogue, like main Rogue, Rogue Green,
Mhm.
she dies in Unbreakable X-Men.
What?
Oh my god. Yeah, it's incredible. She like Galactus comes to attack. No, I'm sorry. He comes to Earth to take someone. I can't remember who it is in order to become his herald. It's one of the X-Men I think that was introduced either in the years leading up to Gail Simone's run or during Gail Simone's run. But Galactus shows up to take them. The X-Men won't let it happen. Rogue ends up touching Galactus and taking his power and replacing him. But then like turns to stone. So she's basically dead. Gambit's blind. So he's like coming to terms with the fact that like Rogue's it's a phenomenal, it's Unbreakable X-Men is really it's where all that stuff happens.
Right.
That's cool.
Rogue Storm focuses on Rogue Red, who didn't really have any powers, but being trained by Storm. And then Storm just kind of going haywire, and it's really good. Like you really need to read it. Whether or not this is going to have any impact on Ayadoli's run on like the main Storm book once this is over, I don't know.
Yeah, because it's still going strong, and we don't know what it's all going to look like.
It is, and it's supposed to be the War Above All is what because you had the Thunder War, and then the War Above All is supposed to be the next one. Thunder War didn't really end in a way that kind of directly segued into Age of Revelation. It was a commercial, It's like the credits roll on Thunder War. The credits roll on Thunder War, and then it's like, and now for a commercial break, right? The Age of Revelation, right? And then you just like jump back. I remember, like Sal, you made that argument once where you were just like, tie-ins are pointless with crossover events. Like you were like, I hate tie-ins for crossover events.
I do hate tie-ins. Good.
Rogue Storm is really good. Yeah.
It's just this nothing they're doing here is entertaining me. Like it's just like the whole status quo for X-Men. I'm like,
I'm tired, boss. I'm real tired, boss.
This is rough.
Yeah,
I'm not interested.
Yeah, they're hyper pushing the X-Men in the form of crossovers. It wouldn't be a problem if it wasn't crossovers all the time. But
let me get invested in a book, please, for more than just a couple volumes.
Exactly. Crossovers can be so exhausting. And what makes it so frustrating is the fact that none of the writers are going to stay on here long term. So it's not like Gail Simone is going to be writing Uncanny X-Men issue number 126, right?
Shame.
No. Yeah, I mean, whether it's because Marvel forces her off or because she ends up leaving, I don't know. I love Gail Simone's writing. She's been in the industry for 30 years almost at this point. Like she's been writing for a long time. I love the way she handles Uncanny X-Men, and I love her Unbreakable X-Men. But I don't know. I just wish they weren't doing so many crossovers. I wish they would just give like Gail Simone, Jed McKay, Ayadoli. I wish they would just give these guys be like, here's your books, write them for the next 4
let
years,
writers
uninterrupted.
Write, please.
I agree.
And call it a day. The Last Wolverine, it's okay.
Oh, yeah,
it's
okay.
Thank
you.
Yeah,
that Wolverine book was the easiest book to drop. I read the first 2 arcs.
Really?
And was like,
same.
That's okay. We got to like his mom, and I'm like,
same.
I don't care.
Yeah, after
the
that,
call of the adamantine. That
was okay. I was like, this is kind of fun. It wasn't blowing my mind, but it was like, all right, I don't care.
Looked nice. It was a really nice looking book.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. They really pushed that Wendigo thing. I was like,
sure
you're really stretching. This
that I almost quit. Like when they were just like, I was like, Wendigo, really? Like what is this? Like 1981? Like why are we doing Wendigo? Like when has Wendigo ever been important?
I like Wendigo. Like, it's just weird. It's just
He's
weird.
nice.
Really? Would you read a Wendigo solo book? He's just running around biting people. Yeah, of course not.
No. Wendigo's a fun villain.
Yeah. Wendigo is interesting. Like Wendigo is interesting because of what happens around them, not because of Wendigo, right?
No.
Okay. Hold on. Did I just? Oh no, I think I just switched over to DC. Okay. Marvel. Okay. So yeah, Planet She-Hulk. Is anybody reading? Is it the Stephanie Phillips book?
I read the first couple issues. I thought, ooh, this is a fun parlor mystery.
Yeah,
never went back to it. I liked Imperial, and then it set up all these books. It's like, aren't you excited to read these new books, Joel?
No.
Okay. Here's the thing about Imperial. This is my concern. Imperial is fine, I guess. Here's the issue that I have. I love Jonathan Hickman. I'm a Jonathan Hickman fanboy. I say that proudly and without reservation. Right? If it is written by Jonathan Hickman, I will read it.
Same.
Stories like Imperial are problematic because I feel like it's an issue when Jonathan Hickman sits down and writes a book, given the level of talent and what you expect from a Jonathan Hickman story. When Jonathan Hickman signs his name to a book, you expect things to happen.
Right.
What I don't expect is for them to say, okay, so the entire purpose of Imperial is to jumpstart a new Nova book, to tease the return of the intergalactic empire of Wakanda, and to put She-Hulk on Sakaar by herself.
We also resurrected the Inhumans.
Yeah.
That's cool, I guess.
Which honestly, it's
Everybody
about
knows
time.
I'm not an Inhumans fan. I mean,
they got screwed over. They didn't deserve what happened to them. I'm glad they're back, though. I think it's funny. It's like, are they going to get a new book spinning out of this? No.
Oh no.
No, they're just going to do Inhumans Volume 3 again, where they're just going to like go and like take over the Kree Empire again.
Yeah.
Was it volume 3 or 4? 2 was the Jenkins and Jay Lee run, where Black Bolt like tricks them all into leaving Earth and going to the moon.
Yeah,
Was volume 3? Volume 3 was, I think, was like the miniseries, like the 4-issue miniseries.
Oh, okay.
During a night, was it War Kings, whatever it was?
Oh, War Kings, yes.
Or leading up to War King. I don't remember which one it was, but it was the one. It was the one where like they basically went to war and took over the Kree Empire. It's honestly, I'm not overly.
It's a good idea. I
knowledgeable
love
about
that
the
idea.
Yeah.
I just don't care about the humans. I will never be bothered to care.
I'm happy.
So
they're
superhero
back.
cares about the Inhumans. He just made a great big huge video on them. He made like a 2-hour video on the Inhumans.
Good for them.
I'm glad they exist. I'm glad writers can use them. I felt they were done a little dirty, flung into the spotlight before they were ready, then brutally killed off. So it's like, wait, so no one else can use them?
Yeah,
I don't know.
That was rough. They were never going to be ready. The Humans is not ready for prime time. Sorry.
No, they're a poor man's X-Men. Like when the
They're not
Marvel
even a poor
Cinematic
man's
Universe.
X-Men. That's the worst part.
Yeah, they're
is
a
that
cosmic team.
They're like a cosmic team. They're a horror book. They're a Game of
No,
Thrones.
they're
like,
dude. They're 100% a poor man's X-Men.
No, because that makes the X-Men seem way lamer than they really are.
I mean, what about the
Fair
Eternals?
enough.
They're also a cosmic team
The
with
Eternals,
lots of powers. Yeah.
There's only one thing more boring than the Inhumans, and it's called the Eternals.
Except for the one
Okay,
time
no,
they do a really
Kieran
good
Gillen's
Eternals
run
book.
was
Except
cool.
for that one
Kieran
pretty
Gillen's
good
run was
book.
cool. Yeah,
And I like the movie.
Gillen had a good book.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, Kieran
Yeah.
Gillen crushes it with AXE. No, that
Space
was
Navy
Yeah.
Highlander.
the book that the biggest
No.
Marvel event that no one read.
The
Yeah.
Eternals run leading up to AXE.
Yeah,
when
it's-
Thanos
no,
like
it's good
takes
as
over
hell,
the
yeah.
Eternals.
Oh,
and
I know.
everything. Yeah,
It's
it
a
was good.
phenomenal book.
That's good
It's
as hell, yeah.
That's a great book. AXE is a great book. Everything
Love
that
it
happens in
too.
Eternals is fantastic. That movie was really fun.
Same.
And yet,
just didn't stick. You can do everything right and still not hit the landing, which is unfortunate.
like I'll go so far as to say, I mean, because like the Inhumans, it's like there's nothing that I can grab onto that I find relevant or interesting that makes. There's no entry point for me for the Eternals. I think was it Chloe Zhao who made that movie? I think she should be making Doomsday.
Ooh.
Like she's so good at what she
Yeah.
did in that movie. Like that movie is gorgeous. It handles CGI beautifully, and it manages to introduce you to the Eternals, which is almost a Herculean task.
You're
They're not going
right.
to hire
I got
Kieran
a
Gillen to do
vape
it.
coming off of that. Okay, I will give you that Chloe Zhao's Eternals. If it doesn't feel like a Marvel movie, it feels like an actual Hollywood cinematic film.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right,
Yeah.
like if they went to like Dennis Villeneuve and they were just like make a Marvel movie, right? It would be that. Like
Yeah.
so,
Yes.
it was beautiful in that way. It was the first time that you had like two characters sleeping together on film, right? I
Yeah.
mean, they showed like
Natural
some,
lighting.
there was
Natural
a
lighting,
point like when that happened, like there was a point I forgot that I was watching a Marvel movie. Right?
Yes.
And then the
broke a lot of rules.
Celestial shows up in the sky,
Yeah.
Ershon the
Yeah, it
Judge,
does.
and he was
That was
just like,
freaking dope.
Yeah.
"You
well,
chose to kill the Celestial. We're just going to shut you down and take you over there and
Yeah, exactly.
figure out what your programming said." Like,
Yeah.
is humanity worth a damn? Man, I don't know. The only problem that I had with Eternals is it just felt so boring.
Yeah, they're boring.
To me, it was boring as hell.
They are boring.
I mean,
that's
a lot of that is
the problem.
unfortunately
That's
par
my
for the
point,
course.
Rob. Like they're boring as shit.
My favorite thing about Eternals is when it occasionally reminds me of Highlander. If I did Eternals, I would just make Highlander again.
They're going to be only one Icarus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
That'll do.
Fair enough.
Here's my question: how do you like an Ultimate Wolverine?
That's the one Ultimate book I dropped. That's the one I
Ultimate
stopped.
Ultimate Wolverine
It was
is
so
a
slow,
solution
and it's
in
like
search
they were
of a
just-
problem.
Right?
Ultimate-
It's so slow, and I'm like, is this even in another universe? Despite making him Winter Soldier, nothing is different about his story.
I loved the premise of it. I love the idea
Great
that
premise.
Wolverine was taken after Weapon X and all that. He's taken by the Eurasian Republic and basically turned into their Winter Soldier. I loved that.
Yeah.
The problem is within 4 issues, it becomes every Wolverine story ever.
Ever told. Thank
Ever
you.
told. Like every Wolverine story ever written in the history of
Yeah,
the world.
but
Wolverine's being
unfortunately, they're-
used by other forces, and then some good guys rescue him, and then he
Yeah,
turns
Yeah,
against
that's what
the
you're there
forces. and then-
for. That's what you're showing up to do. And there is no other good Wolverine book on the shelves right now, so here you go.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
it's drawn impeccably. It's by Capuccio. It's a gorgeous looking
Oh
book.
yeah, it looks beautiful. Like I
and
love
he
the
can kill
exotic nature of the
anybody
art.
he wants because it's in a universe that's
This
doomed.
is true.
Yeah,
I
yeah. Like I think it would have been. I think Ultimate Wolverine would have been a lot more interesting if he was like a secret weapon unleashed by the Maker.
Mm.
Like if during
If we got to
like
hang out with the Maker, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, if during like Ultimate Endgame, that when the Maker comes out of the city, he's just like, yeah, so I've made an army of Wolverines. There's like there's like 1,000 Winter Soldiers. Yeah. There's like the Bullseyes, right? Yeah, there's like 1,000 Winter Soldiers. That's kind of the issue that you have with Wolverine, though. That's why like there's precious few great stories with Wolverine, and 9 times out of 10, the great stories with Wolverine don't focus anything on him just like running around killing everything. It usually focuses on learning it, like Daniel Way. Like I know Daniel Way's run is very divisive, right? It kind of flies in the face of like Wolverine history and all that kind of stuff, and introduces Romulus and everything. But I found it incredibly fascinating because it gave me a chance to focus on the history of Wolverine in a way that hadn't necessarily been done. Because up to that point, you're talking about like Barry Windsor Smith's Marvel Presents Weapon X, right? You're talking about the Frank Miller, Chris Claremont Wolverine miniseries back in the day. But you're talking about like precious few stories that like explored his origin in a meaningful way. But I love the idea when you go into like Daniel Way's Wolverine origins, that it's like this guy being a spy and knowing all the kind of things that he's known over the course of his life. He like infiltrates the White House.
Right.
through like a base, like through like a sewer system, right? And it's just like how that's crazy. But I loved exploring like the history of that, the idea of like Dakin and all that kind of stuff. I loved all that, right? But Ultimate Wolverine, it's fine. It's just like I'm Wolverine. I was used by the Eurasian Republic. I was saved by what passes for the X-Men. And then the Eurasian Republic kills the X-Men. So now I'm going to go kill the Eurasian Republic. And it's like, cool. So it's like, so it's like, well, let's break out the Wolverine template. And there we go. Okay, cool.
Well, they had no plan for Wolverine anyway. Like, you could feel them going like, we don't know.
Because it was
want to use them.
Yeah, because it was such a late addition, because it's like, oh, well, we let Peach Momoko tell a beautifully creator-driven story and art piece that, manages to work in all this real-life Japanese culture and the horror manga and everything. But Wolverine, though.
Yeah. And you know what? That's actually very representative of Marvel, where it's like, yeah, Wolverine is and always will be an X-Man. He's synonymously, like, no matter how many Avengers teams he joins, he's an X-Man. Also, he is like the 5th pillar of the Marvel Universe. Like, there's no denying Wolverine is a brand unto himself, and also will help X-Men as well. Like, it's just...
Oh, sure.
Like Wolverine.
There's a reason why Bendis put him on the new Avengers.
Damn right.
There's a reason why he was on there.
And just so people don't think I'm a big hater here, Christopher Condon is actually writing my favorite hero, Green Arrow. And while it is a very slow burn, I think he's done some really good work actually on that book, even though he only got 2 volumes out of it. I really liked Freshwater Killer.
Nothing will ever top the Jeff Lemire, Andrea Sorrentino run.
It's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everybody. Like, I don't mean to tear down any writers, but nothing's ever going to top that run. It looked beautiful, and it was written beautiful. I don't know. It's going to be my favorite all world. Okay, so you guys basically skipped over the entirety of Age of Revelation. So Omega Kids, I'm not reading that. Apparently Black Panther Intergalactic. So they're relaunching the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda. Actually tomorrow.
Oh shit.
Issue number 1. That's my like. I wonder if they're. I don't know why they're doing that.
Because Hickman likes it.
Yeah.
But Hickman's not writing the Intergalactic. He's not writing Intergalactic. No, it's Victor Laval.
There.
So Hickman just decided, like, all right, we're bringing back the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda, guys.
If I were if I could imagine what Marvel's entire editorial strategy is, it would probably be ask Hickman what he thinks, and then just do that.
I can see that 100%. I could 100%.
Are there any strong editorial voices outside of Tom Brevoort at Marvel? And of course Nick Lowe, who's like, keep making this book terrible.
It's part of a long-term strategy I have.
I guess. Okay. So then outside of that, I mean, there's not much for Marvel.
Captain America.
There's Captain America. There's Alien versus Captain America.
Well, no, I was also talking about in terms of like what's coming out tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're talking new releases. Okay.
No, what we've talked about here is all that Marvel's publishing. There's no Captain America book. What are you talking about? Right?
Oh, well.
That's crazy talk.
That's a shame. I dreamed an excellent first arc, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sal, I don't know how much you're able to divulge. What do we know about Armageddon? About Chip Zdarsky's Armageddon?
Oh, we know that it's not a reboot. We know that it is coming straight out of the Captain America book, and also, what was the big event that happened that I couldn't care less about at Marvel? Like, was there an event that happened recently?
Imperial?
No, the other one. Was there another one? A terrestrial one?
Age of Revelation?
No. Oh well. Anyway, it's it's a street level like world, Marvel universe. Oh, One World Under Doom.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
Which
you
I
didn't
was
like One World Under Doom?
I was super
I
into it
couldn't
until
care
the
less
last
about One
issue.
World Under Doom.
I was
Oh
so
my god,
into
you
it
guys
until the
are
last issue.
such hipsters. You guys are such hipsters, dude. I love One World
Hey,
Under Doom. It was
I loved it.
phenomenal.
I loved it until the last issue, and then I was like, "Oh, that was it, huh?" I guess again for a book that I love so much for playing with these ideas and really leaning into the socio-political commentary. I guess you can't have an answer, huh? Because we don't have an answer how to deal with fascism and strongman dictators in the real world, so you can't really have one here.
I don't even think that's the issue. I love Ryan North. He's I think he's one of the hottest
love his Fantastic Four,
writers.
right?
Canadian.
Yeah, I love his Fantastic Four. Yeah, he's one of the hottest writers in Marvel right now, and I love the way he did One World Under Doom. I think he wrote himself into a hole.
Yeah, 100%.
I think he wrote. And honestly, what blew me away, and this is how I know. I don't know if it was by Marvel editorial or whatever, but after having killed Valeria Richards, you would think the first response to that would be Franklin Richards flipping his shit.
Right.
And like showing up to fight Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you killed my sister. Like that was the first. That's exactly what I was expecting going into the final issue. It was like
we
this
kind of move
massive
away
fight
from the family
Yeah.
because Doom is both villain and protagonist. It's his story, his POV, so we kind of
Yes.
need to deal with him.
Yep.
Yeah, no. Okay, first of all, like, let me tell you something, man. I mean, Marvel marketing, you need to listen to me on this one, right? Like, it's if the final issue of One World Under Doom had been Franklin Richards. Hold on, let me turn on my light. Had been Franklin Richards showing up to there we go. Had been Franklin Richards showing up to fight Doctor Doom for having killed Valeria.
Yeah, we're fighting.
That comic would have sold numbers. I think so. Because I think Franklin Richards and the level of power he has is already exciting. When you turn around and you take that and have him fight against Doctor Doom, that I think would add to it. Especially Doctor Doom when he's amped up. Like I think that would be exceedingly exciting. Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe it's just me as the
That's fair.
Franklin Richards fan talking.
I
don't
think
know.
that might be part of it, but I understand the idea. I mean, especially old school Marvel fans would probably be hyped to see that as well.
Yeah. But I think it would.
But yeah,
it
so
would
I
have
think
done well.
Armageddon is connected with One World Under Doom and also the Captain America run. So it's gonna be like it's gonna be like a civil not that it will be Civil War, but like I think that it's going to set up a Civil War-esque like status quo where it's like here's what we're doing in the Marvel universe right now. Like this is the direction of Marvel is Armageddon.
I can dig it. Okay.
So I wonder if it's going to be a kind of event where, because remember the origin boxes from Incursion are like on Earth now with Miles.
Yes.
So
they are.
I'm wondering if like it's going to lead to like an invasion of the Ultimate Universe, an incursion of the Ultimate Universe into the main Marvel universe. And if it is, well, I mean, I don't know, maybe because we literally had an entire 3, 4, 5 year arc that ended with that.
Yeah.
The original
Yeah.
Ultimate Universe
This
incursing
is true.
incursing into the main Marvel universe.
You're not wrong
That being
there.
said, I mean, it was really more it was we have yet to have an instance where it's like a oh my god, what am I thinking? Forever Evil type of storyline in
yes.
Marvel. Yeah, like if the Ultimate Universe were like invade because their reality is being destroyed, right? Like we haven't really had anything like that. That would be kind of cool. Yeah,
I agree.
that would be pretty dope. But okay, yeah. What else you guys got going on? What else are you guys reading? What are you guys doing from DC? Like, how are you guys feeling about DC?
I mean, obviously,
DC
it's
is
all
crushing it.
DCKO.
Yeah, DC.
Yeah.
Everything from DCKO. I have not. I read Harley Quinn versus Satana. It's fine.
What do you think about the versus fights?
Oh, it's a good idea. I mean, like DCKO, like when it first launches, you clearly they were like brackets. It's going to be a big fight, and then they went, actually no, it's going to be this insane other
Battle
thing.
Royale.
And
Yeah.
then this round now is like, oh no, here's the fights. Like here, watch Captain Atom and Superman beat the snot out of each other. Like here's all the fights.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool. Yeah,
Which-
so it's great. It's a good idea.
I love the fights, though I do feel a lot of people are using the wrong genre savvy when talking about them. They're like, this isn't sport. This isn't as it should be. I'm like, no, it's not sport. It's theater. It's professional wrestling, guys. There's
Right.
literal run-ins. The rules are made up and the points don't matter because we already know who's going to win. It's about the journey that takes us there. And sometimes, like Lobo versus Wonder, it's not about the journey at all. It's about cracking some jokes.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Dude, the presence shows up at the end and revokes Lobo's immortality so he can lose. Like,
And that's hilarious. And everyone I read on comic TikTok is taking it so serious. I'm like, guys, it's a joke, it's a bit, it's a farce.
yeah, Lobo's
literally.
never been a serious character. Like, he's always been a riff, like just an extreme riff on Wolverine. Like 100%. Yeah, he's never been like a serious guy.
He becomes the New 52 Lobo, which was technically another guy, but again, the rules don't matter, and the heart is.
Hey, I
making it
like
up so
New
he can
52
be in the-
Lobo. I talked about that during Supergirl. I liked Colin Bunn's Lobo. He had
It's not
personality.
bad. But
He had
Bunn is good.
personality.
Bunn is a good writer. He tried to make the most lemonade out of it as possible. And even by the end, he started kind of acting more like old Lobo anyway, and he had some Sinestro crossovers. Now he's kind of a joke within a joke that every time he comes, it's like, oh shit, it's that guy.
Well, I mean, like I said, I like. Okay, maybe it's that I liked him because I knew he wasn't the. I mean, he was on the
Right.
hunt for what was basically Lobo,
Yeah,
but I knew he
right.
wasn't like the actual Lobo.
Same.
And eventually, and eventually, that Lobo would return.
And he did.
So maybe I just kind of liked him for the like when I like Jane Foster Thor. Right, I enjoyed Jane Foster Thor, but that's because every book that I got that had Jane Foster Thor, I knew that we were inching that much closer to like Odin's son going back to being Thor. again.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's about the journey.
So it's about the journey. So that's why I was maybe like, I mean, I guess it wouldn't have really bothered me if Jane Foster had stayed Thor permanently, but like,
Mhm.
It
don't
also
know,
helps too
yeah.
that we're an older generation of comic fans, and a lot of these younger comic fans I see on comic Twitter, they're like, well, it's just gonna be this way forever. Nah, man, the status quo is always returned to, guys. It's fine. Everything always goes back. Exactly.
yeah, it always goes back 100%.
Yeah.
That is a blessing and a curse of this genre and this medium that we love so much. The status quo is always returned to. Maybe not right away, but one day it will be. And if you're mad enough, become a writer and then make your own status quos happen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Gamer said that, and thanks for the $2. He said, I feel like at Marvel, a lot is happening very slowly. Oh, 100%. Age of Revelation is killing time.
Yeah.
Right, that's all that event is doing. It's just doing a crossover
Right, but-
event to
but
kill
for
time.
what-
100%.
For what point? Like, why? Like,
I don't know.
like,
Raise
what
the
do you- what do
profile
you-
of the
what's your-
X-Men. I don't know.
Like, do you have a plan? Like, because right now it's just because I guarantee you, anyone who was loving what was going on with X-Men, this Age of Revelation thing was like the most alienating thing that could possibly have happened.
Right.
Where they were like, oh,
Yeah.
I was kind of liking what was happening. They're like, well, it's over.
Yeah.
We're taking a break for
Yeah.
about half a year. Like, oh, I don't understand. Like,
Yeah.
It's a bad
Yeah,
idea.
no,
Just hit
100%.
the brakes. You know,
Yeah,
I wasn't reading it
100%.
anyway, but it's not like it, you know.
Well, because people, I think, are more inclined to become invested in crossovers when they're already invested in the story. But if the story is done in such a way to the point that Joel was making earlier, and you
Yeah.
Sal, like if the story is being done in a way where it's like once you it's like being woken up before you can actually hit like REM sleep.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm getting invested in this, like I'm digging the story. Done. Right? Age of Revelation. Right? A mutant that you care nothing about has been the new apprentice of Apocalypse, and he basically just created Krakoa around the world. It's like, well, and what do you do if you're someone who didn't like the Age of Krakoa,
Exactly.
right? And now
Well,
Philadelphia has been turned into the new Krakoa, and it's spreading across the world, and everybody's basically dying or
Mm-hmm.
getting powers or something crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
giving people off ramps. Me and Sal talked about this all the time back on Elseworlds Exchange, where it's like if you give fans a chance for an off ramp, most
They'll
of the
take it.
time they take it. Yeah.
Yeah, they
it's
take it,
if you-
exactly.
if Daredevil like stands on a gargoyle and goes, "I've made it," you're gonna lose all your Daredevil fans. They're all gonna stop reading because they're gonna go, "Thank you, I can stop. I can go outside now. Like I could just call. I can hang it up. Like you can't give them an off ramp."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, people choose the greatest path with the least, or people choose the path that offers the greatest reward for the least amount of work possible.
Mhm.
And if that path happens to be walking away from the book, like they'll do that. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. What do you guys think about about Absolute Flash? Because I don't think we've talked about that yet.
Yeah, it's good.
And then
book.
we'll start getting
Yeah.
to like super chats and talking
Oh,
to
yeah.
super chat people.
Yeah, it's a well-written book. It looks good. They always pick a good artist to like fill in if it's not going to be the main artist on the series. Nick Robles has been crushing it. It's weird,
Very.
you know, but I like it.
It's allowed to be its own thing.
Exactly.
What do you mean
It-
weird?
it-
Like, how do you define weird?
Well,
What
it's
do you mean weird, Sal?
well,
what
what
do
I
you mean
mean
weird?
is that the Flash is now synonymous with a telepathic green monkey.
Hey, like Absolute
I love
Grodd. Absolute Grodd is kind of cool. like
Oh,
that.
I know. I'm on board. It's funny because Absolute Flash, I think, to me, and feel free to jump in if you agree or disagree, is both very much like it's you could have kind of done this in the main universe. Like it doesn't feel too like I know that Absolute Martian Manhunter is kind of like everyone's barometer for like how crazy the Absolute Universe can get.
Oh, dude, it's an acid trip.
Right. But Absolute Flash is like, oh, there's a Flash. Like, it reads like a Flash book. There's a mystery, and the rogues have a really fun redesign.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, like, this could have been Earth 1. It could have been a New 52. It could have been just a straight up reset where it's like, 987th new Flash. You know, like, oh, it's not Max Mercury or Wally or Barry or, you know, any of the other 10,000 Flashes we have, but here's a new Flash, and he's young, and he's got a gun, and he's got a monkey. Like, people would have been fine with it. It works, and I think it's really fun, but I don't think it doesn't take as hard an advantage of the Absolute line.
No, some of them don't.
You know what? That's a good point. Because you could do that during DCKO. Right, Impulse and Impulse and Wally West, they're out in the timeline.
Yes, that's
right, dealing with the Legion of
now.
Superheroes and everything. Yeah, because Impulse screwed up and tried to attack Darkseid, which, by the way, was amazing. Like when he jumps back in time and is like, "I'm going to stop Darkseid," and Darkseid's just like, "You really didn't think I accounted for this, my guy?" Like
denied.
Dude, I love. Yeah, he just like sends them flying through the time stream. Like I love that. Right, Max Mercury is basically an agent of Darkseid now.
Punk ass turncoat.
Barry is.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's hilarious. Is Barry actually in the tournament? Because I know that Wally and Impulse were running out to find Barry.
Yeah,
like they're going to try to find Barry, but
I don't think Barry's in the tournament.
Yeah, where did he go?
Right, that's fine.
I don't remember where Barry went to.
Anybody
in the chat remember where Barry went to?
It's confusing because on the JLU Watchtower now you have multiple time displaced versions of characters, so I think I see them only to be like, no, that wasn't them. That was actually someone else.
Yeah,
I did love the whole thing of Guy Gardner coming back and talking to what was it, Dove? I think.
No, it was Fire and Ice, wasn't it?
Oh, Fire and Ice. That's what it was. Yeah. And just kind of like it's me. Like we're still in love, right? Like we're still banging and that kind of thing. And she's like, no, like
no.
And she doesn't even get mad. She's just disappointed. Like I can't handle this on top of the end of the world. And when he leaves, he cries. And I'm just like, oh, this is why people like Guy Gardner. It's the hidden depth you wouldn't expect.
Oh, I know that Jake Garrick's in the tournament.
Yes, he is.
Did Barry lose his powers at the end of Absolute Power when he shut off the multiverse?
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he's he's the wraparound story for the new history of the DC universe.
Yes, that's right.
Which I am not reading.
Well, it's over.
you know why? Okay, you know why I refuse to read that? Because I made that video series, The History of the Marvel Universe, and then what happens? Marvel turns right back around like 2 years later. Guess what, guys? We made a series called The History of the Marvel Universe. And then DC's like, guess what, guys? There's a history of the DC Universe.
To spite you specifically.
To spite me specifically. Because I'm so overwhelmingly important that Marvel just has to rip off my ideas.
Yeah.
But no, I was like, I'm just a little saucy.
That's
because
fair.
of that. Okay, how do we feel about DCKO as a whole? And then we'll start going over. We'll start doing super chats.
It's working.
It's dope. You feeling it?
Having a lot of fun of it, though I am slightly annoyed by the reaction from other people who are so dedicated to power scale this and make it something that it's not, when the book could not be yelling harder. It's not about that. It is about character. It is about these moments. It is about, not giving in to your worst impulses.
Oh, were you talking about people who were just like, no way, like there's no way Wonder Woman could beat Lobo?
Yes.
Right,
yes.
or something like that.
Yes, the nonstop power scaling in a book where it's like, it is not about that, guys.
Okay.
I know you might have been sold that, but if you read the book, it's not about that. Also, it's a Superman story. This is building out of what Williamson has been doing in Superman for, again, over a year. I can't imagine a scenario wherein everyone loses and the villains are like, yeah, I bet if you won, you would just put the world back exactly as it was, because we can't all be Superman now, can we?
Dude, I love that speech of Lex Luthor.
That was great.
And then Captain Adams does it again.
Speech.
Yeah,
Captain Adams does it again. Okay, here, to their credit, right? To the power, and I don't usually like to side with power scalers, right? They cook the books, that kind of thing.
Yeah, of course.
The whole Captain Adam Superman thing. No way would Superman have beat Captain Adam. Like you will never convince me Superman could have beat Captain Adam.
But he always blows up though, Captain Adam. He even says it in the book. I have no control over my life.
It's like he's like the thing that happens in Kingdom Come. It's how the conflict ends. He explodes and wipes out Kansas. So so I get he's a huge credible threat. But no, like there's no way Superman would have lost to Captain Adam. So
No,
so here's the thing: all the power scalers out
No,
there.
Superman would
If
not
you
have beat,
believe
Superman beat Captain Atom. Captain Atom sucks.
no, it's like for all you power scalers out there, if you believe that Captain Atom would have beat Superman, you are correct. And anybody who tells you otherwise is clearly just making up lies. And that's all you have to do. All you have to do is just respond and just say like you're clearly lying. And then just walk.
But Monarch, on the other hand, God, I freaking loved that deep pool. I literally was like, no freaking way, they remembered Monarch.
That's Josh. He knows.
Ugh.
He remembers that period.
Yeah.
What a guy! What a guy!
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go over some super chats and then we're gonna peace out. We've been going almost like
Let's do
2
it, baby.
hours.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah, just
OB
click on that
Sim
star.
says,
section.
I love all. How are you all doing? How are you all doing?
We are doing fine.
I'm
man.
doing really good. Thank you for asking.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. So holy shit, Tevia?
Yes,
Tevia Smolka? Wow. Dude,
Never
this guy's
far.
been here day one.
never
Since
far.
day one. Okay. Why Marvel and Ultimate? Because Dan Buckley decided to. Literally nobody knew it was going to happen until Dan Buckley, the president
No,
of
the
Marvel,
writers
decided.
didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Weird
writers didn't even
choice.
know. They were surprised at like the Marvel
Oh,
Summit.
yeah.
Hickman literally turned to Dan Buckley and was like, "What? What are you
Yeah.
talking about?" Yeah.
Weird,
move, bonehead
weird
move.
choice. Don't get it. Don't get it at all. They
Yep.
they will suffer for this. I'm sure they
Yep.
will.
If this was DC, it'd be a fireable offense. But at Marvel, he'll just get more. He'll just get another advancement. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The Chocobo Kid, the weekly pullback. Oh my God, I forgot about Splooge.
Indeed. Indeed
Wow.
it is.
Splooge.
Yeah,
Splooge. Splooge.
it's been-
Splooge. I
It's been a
completely
while.
forgot
I
about
don't
that.
think there's been anything that's been splooge worthy, really.
No.
Storm has. Storm has been splooge worthy.
That's fair.
Yeah. Eternity going to the one above all and saying, "Father, will you help us with this?" And he was like,
Yeah. No.
"No, I have." Okay. You know what that ever reminded me of? You guys ever see what was that movie with Mel Gibson? Where he was
Braveheart.
trying to get back like 70 grand.
Oh,
Payback?
payback. Yeah.
Payback. Yeah. Remember that scene when what's his name? The blonde guy that shot him when he goes to visit like his boss, whatever it is, and he was just like, if you were to handle this yourself, right, it would leave no doubt that you're the kind of man that we want. And that was like the conversation between like the one above all in eternity. It's like,
Yeah.
if you were to handle this yourself, eternity, it would leave no doubt you're the kind of cosmic entity that we want in our
Yeah.
in our higher pantheon. Okay. Sirloin of Ice. Hey Rob, remember the time that you tried to make a World War II documentary? I did. I had to take it down because it had fascist German imagery, and YouTube was like, "No, we don't care
We
whether
need
it's
to
historically
pretend
relevant
that
or
never
not."
happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Spider-Man Brand New Day. Yeah, we saw it. We were actually talking about that earlier.
Yeah, and
so-
and Sony at this point is now just issuing DMCA takedowns.
So
like
be
left and right.
careful.
Sony, like Disney, Marvel, we can get Sony and Warner Brothers. They don't care. They will
No
axe.
way.
Like they will strike it without a second thought.
100%.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. Shout out to Tevia, another day one. So shout out to you
Hey.
guys for the day one weekly poll days.
Good to see you, man.
Wow, that's kind of nuts.
Mhm.
What's okay? Sirloin of Ice. Sal, what's your opinion on Andor?
That's probably the best thing Star Wars has put its name on since like Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. There's never more than 12. The Black Gay Comic Geek says, "My favorite people."
Aw,
Thank
hey.
you.
Thanks.
And hey, thank you so much.
Good to see
That's
you.
awesome. Oh, here's a throwback. Crockacoon. That was Benny's thing, wasn't it?
Man. It was. It's
Yeah,
good.
that was Benny's huge thing. That's an awesome
Proprietary.
shout out.
Thanks, man.
That's an awesome shout out. Okay. Gearless Mo, seeing the three amigos talking about the books we care about was not on my bingo card for today. So happy to see it. Well, we are happy to be here.
You
bro.
earned
Like
it.
we are 100% happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
You feel like Marvel is a lot happening very slowly. Yes, 100%.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we can all universally agree on that. It's churning butter over at Marvel. Synapse Media, keep up the great content, boys. We will.
Aw,
Thank you.
We 100% will. And in fact,
Absolutely.
Sal and Joel will tell you guys where to find their content here in a minute.
yeah.
Top 5 favorite comic book drawing artists you're now.
Oh man.
Ah,
I
All right,
feel like I need to split
am I
this
having
and
a
leave someone
stroke
else.
or is it written that way?
it's written that way. It might be a language.
Okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't like having a
We got
freaking
freaking
out.
buddy love. Okay. Oh man. Okay, favorite comic artist out there right now. Which one's your favorite?
I mean, Dan Mora obviously has to get all the love in the
Mhm.
world because
Oh,
why
easily.
not? Dude's at the top of his game, top of his power right
Yeah,
now.
no, Mora's crushing it.
Fair enough.
For that, in that same vein, Jorge Jimenez is crushing it.
Mm.
Loving what they're doing. Hayden Sherman is amazing. Love what they're doing as well. Let's see here. Oh, Daniel Warren Johnson at any time.
Oh God, yes, of course.
You know, awesome to watch. Pepe Larraz is the best thing about Amazing Spider-Man right now.
Oh, dude, he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
My favorite right now is probably Adrian Gutierrez on World's Finest. I love the way
That's
the art
fair.
on that comic looks. I love the way. I mean, Dan Moore. I think is Dan Moore doing the covers?
Yes,
On
I
that?
think so.
Okay. Yeah, I love Gutierrez art in that comic.
I-
Okay.
I think Ivy Draper came back to do that new Batman Beyond static thing. That dude's got a really.
I
unique
need to
style.
read that. I need to read. I've heard it's phenomenal. Like I heard, is it out yet? Or
I
'cause
believe
people
so,
have been asking
yes.
me about it. Okay,
I
yeah,
believe it
I've
just
heard
came
it's-
out.
Okay, yeah, I need to read that. Brandon Mann 2822 says nothing,
Hey.
but thank you for the $50.
Hey.
Okay.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
Make it rain.
Pikachu, if you could make a specialty TCG set, what
Ooh.
DC and Marvel story would you pick?
Oh, this is
And
so
what would
fun.
your chase card be for each? And make you say son, son. Okay. What would you guys pick?
Oh, this is such a good question. Oh God, I wish I could study for this one. Oh man, because I love
Well,
both.
you got
these
like
things.
you got like 2 minutes to figure it out.
shit.
'Cause we all got to eat dinner and we got places to be, so-
Nightfall and the Breaking of the Back is the big chase card naturally that everyone wants, and there's like a secret Azrael card in there too.
Ooh.
I'm
okay.
glad you know this because I have no idea what they're talking about in this question.
Trading card
What?
game. That's TCG. That's
Oh,
that's
okay.
trading card game.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool.
I see you guys ain't nerdy like that. You ain't a collectible card nerdy like
No,
Let me tell you
I
not
something, man.
anymore.
I didn't know that tabletop games were still a thing until myself and Benny went to PAX East. No, PAX
That's
East,
the place.
like 7 or 8 years ago,
Yeah.
and like the tables were full of people.
Oh,
Like there was just
God.
a whole section of nothing but tabletop games. and I was like,
Warhammer's
is there-
popping off now. D&D's
Yeah,
getting
I was
bigger.
I was like, dude, is there like a tabletop revival? And Benny was like, what are you talking about, man? It never went away. And I was like, what?
Magic the
okay.
Gathering is doing like Avatar and Final Fantasy now. It is such an insane time to be alive.
Mariah was talking about that. She wants to get into Magic because of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Like a maximum carnage.
Wait, this is Mopey? Wow, Mopey is OG.
Hey.
Mopey's OG double.
Oh
OG.
man, good to see you again.
What up?
Just sending the best to the boys. Thank you, Mopey.
Thank
God,
you.
you've been around here for like a decade. Jesus.
Warm
Fun brain game. I don't know if we have time for a brain game. Take one Marvel hero, put it into the Absolute Universe. One DC hero, put it into the current Ultimate Universe. What would that mean? Oh, Absolute Batman, the current Ultimate Universe right now. That dude's gonna clean house. I'm just throwing it out there. Right? That guy is gonna take care of business.
I mean,
Do what?
or I was gonna say, I mean, take the Ultimates and put it in Dennis Camp's other book because he's the one guy writing both right now.
Oh,
so I
yeah.
mean, that would be fun.
Yeah,
I don't know if I want to see the Ultimates in Absolute Martian Manhunter.
mhm.
I
I
would.
feel like it's difficult enough to keep track of like two
It really
guys in that
is.
comic.
Yeah.
Keeping track of a team of like 50 people, it would be absolute
Yeah.
insanity. in that book.
No.
and all the different time displaced Iron Lads.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
and at this point, all the book deals with is just like the physical representation of emotions, right? Like what happens when people are like firing off energy blasts and somebody has the Infinity Gauntlet, right? I mean, that thing is gonna look like Vincent Van Gogh's paintings at the end of his life.
That's fair.
Guy had Alzheimer's. Guy had schizophrenia. It's gonna look insane.
Yeah. yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's is that our vote? Spider-Man and Batman that we would
Yeah.
switch.
Sure.
Let's
Why
do
not?
it.
They'd have a great time.
Cool. Hulk versus Superman.
Whoever's
Okay,
writing
apparently
it.
that is a statement. Hulk
That is
versus
all.
Superman.
That's Hulk versus Superman.
Thanks for letting us know that idea exists, Brandon.
Uh,
Like,
uh,
I appreciate
America.
that.
America, that's who wins.
Right? There's already a book.
America
it's really
wins.
fun. It's set in the past, but it's still neat to see. And yeah, and we saw it in DC versus Marvel. And there's actually some art out there, by the way. The canon, Superman beats Hulk, but just in case the votes turn the other way, they drew it the other way. So you can actually, if you just look it up, just write DC versus Marvel, Hulk beats Superman, you'll find the original art that shows you if you ever wanted to go like, no, Hulk would totally beat Superman. Well, there it is, right there.
Do we know if the Superman Spider-Man crossover book, if that's a physical only book?
It is going. I mean, I think they're going to do the same thing they did with Batman Deadpool, where it's like it'll be physical and then it'll be digital. But it was available. I know Batman Deadpool is available digital like the next day, so I don't
Yeah.
think you have to worry about it.
Okay. Cosmic Spidey Clips. Do any of y'all happen to play Hero Clicks? No,
Yes, I do.
but a buddy of mine tried to get me into it years ago. Okay. Dean 8149L says the weekly poll heart. Thank you for the $5, Dean. Yes, that's
Thanks, Dean.
awesome.
It will live in our hearts. I agree.
Yeah.
Are y'all reading any of the IDW Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle books? Also, Rob, when are we going to get those Sonic videos? I don't know when you're going to get the Sonic videos. At some point, you're going to get Sonic videos.
Yeah, it's a good series. 13 was great, and
Where do I start? Okay, Sal, where do I start with Sonic the Hedgehog?
I don't know.
You just said
You know, you
Sonic. You
might
said the
enjoy-
series is great. You just said the series is great.
No, he was talking
No,
about
Ninja
turtles.
man.
Okay.
Oh, but you know what you should read? DCX Sonic the Hedgehog. You might
Oh
enjoy
yes, I've seen all the
Yeah,
figures.
I read that and I covered it and it was amazing. Yeah.
that. Oh, did you really? That's
I
amazing.
learned about the Sonic characters in that book, which is
Me
why he's
too.
asking. Because in that book, I was like, I need to cover more Sonic comics.
You're like, I don't know who the hell this is.
Yeah, I know, like,
rich
there's
deep
Shadow.
lore.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
Shadow.
dude,
I know that one.
From what I gather, man, that lore is a deep asshole.
Yes,
with
it
Sonic
is.
the Hedgehog. Like it is a very deep hole.
You could make a cottage industry.
Um,
You could have a whole new channel called Sonic Explained, and you'd be doing.
Yeah.
You would eat well if all
I-
you did
I
was
would
just
be
cover
shocked
Sonic
if-
the Hedgehog.
I'd be shocked if that didn't already exist in some
Same.
form. So
Yeah.
Actually, a buddy of mine, Gordon, he's a huge Sonic fan. I need to hit him up, find out about the Sonic comics. Okay. The Space Cowboy
Hey.
says this just been my week. Best crossover book. We've been waiting to come back for almost a decade. Can't wait for the next stream with the OGs.
Thanks, man.
Mm,
That's very
mm.
kind.
I appreciate it, bro. You know what we should do? We should do this, but it should like rotate channels.
Oh, that's a
Oh.
really interesting idea. I kind of dig it.
Yeah. It just like rotates around channels.
Right?
Yeah, whoever's hosting it for that week gets all the super chats.
Not a bad idea.
I mean,
That's not a
I'm gonna
bad
say
idea,
anything.
Yeah, you get all the super chats. Let's see. Brandon is just like dumping donations. Thank you, Brandon. My favorite comic scene is when Harpieren and Thor went to fight the Beyonders. Oh my God, yes! It's like the greatest moment from Hickman's Avengers New Avengers run. 100%. Okay, the weekly poll is what got me back into comics. Thank you guys.
Nice.
Also, what do you think will happen when DCKO universe meets the main DC universe? Well,
Yeah.
okay, so the DCKO universe is the main DC universe.
Yeah.
You're talking about the absolute universe meeting
Yes.
the main DC universe in DCKO.
Yeah.
I don't
Also
know, man.
Sub-Zero
I
and
don't
Homelander.
Yeah, except for the
Sub-Zero and him.
when
Well,
Samantha the
they
Bear
did
shows
say they did say KO is not going to like disrupt the current story, like the writing of what's happening in the absolute universe, right?
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
Which probably for the best.
Yes.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's the worst thing they could have done.
Yeah,
No,
Change
right.
the direction of the absolute universe because of DCKO.
That's what we've been
Yeah.
saying. Hey, you've been liking these stories? Well, screw you, event time.
Yeah, exactly. This
Yeah.
is an X-Men.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, because of the fact that it's not going to impact anything going on in the main DC universe, I think you're just going to see some really dope fights. Clearly, Absolute Batman is going to beat the main DC universe Batman. I don't know why you'd be so foolish to believe anything otherwise.
That's an interesting question. I
Um,
don't know, because our Batman is gonna like real Batman.
He's in Night Fight. He's not even in the tournament at the moment.
He's
Oh, that's
coming
right. I
back.
forgot about that.
He's fighting through
Well,
Night
I
Fight to
don't
get
know.
back
Maybe he'll
into
come
the
back
tournament.
just in time. He'll
He's gonna show
escape
up
the
right-
Night Fight universe and show back up in the universe.
Dude,
Sounds
I
like
guarantee.
always.
If I had to speculate and guess, I would guess that when Batman gets out of the Night Fight, he will face Absolute Batman. Like he will not be like, oh
Yeah, there's
what
no
else?
way
Let's
that you
go."
have Absolute Batman. Yeah, there's no way. No way they bring Absolute Batman into DCKO and he never fights Batman.
Oh no. It's just
Yeah,
I think you're
no.
going to transition directly. I think they're going to have Dan Mora draw Absolute Batman. Like that. If I had to guess, it's like the last issue of Night Fight will end with Batman being like, "I'm out," and then Absolute Batman being like, "Who the hell are you, tiny Batman?"
Okay.
Yeah, who's
Nick
going to be more
Dragotta.
disappointed by who? Yeah, I agree.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's gonna
Nick
be
Dragotta,
fun.
like Nick Dragotta, if you ever see this, don't take this the wrong way. I love your art style. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
I would love to see Dan Moore as Absolute Batman.
Yeah, me too.
I would love to see Dan Moore as
Yeah.
Absolute Batman.
Same.
That
here.
would be absolutely incredible. No pun intended. All puns intended. Definitely.
All of them.
100% shoot for puns.
Yep.
Okay. Shib7847 just sent a $20 super sticker. Super
Yes.
sticker.
Thank you so much, man. You can see it if you look at the rebroadcast. You'll see his super sticker. It's just a,
Okay, guys, as much as I hate to say this, please stop sending super chats because we're gonna have to like bounce off here in a minute. Otherwise, some of your super chats just
You're
won't
almost
get
to
read.
the
So,
end. Oh my god,
yeah.
you're not.
yeah, we got like 4 minutes, and then we got to bounce off of here. So,
All right.
love to see you guys. Good to see this back. Awesome, thank
Glad
you.
to be
Yeah,
back.
it's good to be here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Can't believe I caught the weekly poll live. 100%.
I know, man.
I mean, it's not going anywhere. It'll be listed under the podcast on Comics
Yeah, you'll
Explained.
see it right there.
Let's see. Rob, I'll send you an Avatar box for free. Let me know.
Nice.
I need to set up a PO box, but then sure, because I'm not going to
Yeah.
give my home address out to anyone.
That's probably not
That
a
sounds like
good
a very
idea.
bad idea.
Yeah.
Any moments that I went too far and cringe when I look back at it? Like comics? Mine as a teen in the 90s that you made Greg Capullo ink your crappy Spawn drawing.
Oh my god,
Mm.
that's amazing.
You made Greg Capullo ink
Yeah,
your
he was, as a kid, he probably went to the Greg Capullo. Was like, I drew Spawn. Will you ink it for me?
Oh, I thought it was like a comic book writer, and I'm just like, are we just like, did Ron Mars just drop like $5 on a thing? Like, it's like writing Quasar back in the 90s, and Greg
Right.
Capullo's inking his Spawn drawing. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, as kids, I'm sure we definitely there's no way we didn't. But it's
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I remember going to the classroom when I was in like middle school because I was a weirdo. I was like in the 6th grade, and I was acting out scenes from Age of Apocalypse.
Hell yeah.
So-
Hell yeah, bro.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you're not a comic book fan if you don't cringe at your own past actions.
Yeah,
I am
Shamsha-
cringe, but I am free.
that's right.
Yeah, Shamshaw didn't say anything, but gave us like
Thank you very much, man.
$15. Thank you. Fantastic Four versus Incredibles. Are we talking about movies? The Incredibles.
Right? The Incredibles. It's the first Incredibles. I'd say is on par with First Steps. Maybe a little better. But as far as the teams go, the F4's got the experience and
Oh,
they just
100%.
crushed them.
The Incredibles
Yeah.
would probably not even exist as a concept if not for the Fantastic Four.
That's very true.
Yeah, Ben Grimm would just beat him to death. I don't know.
You're like, I hate Dash.
Yeah. Yeah. And like Dr. Doom would just show up and just take like the mom from the Incredibles for his wife, just like whisk her off to Liberia. You're like, you are my
She's
wife now,
caked
woman.
up.
That
Yeah.
she is.
Is that what they call it, being caked up? Is that the
That's
slang?
what the kids say in between 6,
I don't
7.
think the kids are saying that.
That's- Oh,
8, 9.
yeah. I don't know. I'm 41. I'm an old man. I don't keep track of what the kids say. Yeah. I am a old man. As
Yeah, I forget I'm the
kids refer to
youngest
me.
sometimes.
That's true.
Yeah, you're very young. Yeah, you're brand new. Got those
Brand
rosy
new.
cheeks and that baby
You're
face.
Yeah.
You look brand new to the world.
I shaved
Okay.
one time and Sal was like, never do that again. I'm like,
Don't
I
do
know
that.
I look 20 years
I
younger.
forgot what you looked like when you shaved. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, you looked brand new, dude. You look like a baby face when you shaved.
Little babby.
Yeah.
Little babby Joel.
Yeah, man. Make somebody just want to pinch your cheeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Adorable. It sounds like, can we just stop and just keep going?
Talk about Joel's cheeks. It's enough.
Okay. What would get y'all into clicks? So much.
I'll tell you
goodness.
exactly what'll get us into clicks. You ready for this?
Yeah.
If HeroClix sponsored a game for us to play, like where we played a campaign for HeroClix, and HeroClix like provided,
the answer.
lodging and a venue and and we just
Yeah, I was gonna say it'd have to be done in person.
yeah. No, I'm not
Yeah.
doing that. I am not doing that in any reality, much less virtually. I'm not gonna be like, here's my
Yeah.
Thor. There he goes.
It's like, hold on, okay. Yeah, no. You have to put like little pieces of paper to show where my pieces are.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't
looking
know.
at them right now. They're pretty cool.
No, they're cool. I have a couple.
Yeah, HeroClix, I mean, you literally click, like you turn a click and like that's your turn.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
For Sonic, start with Archie Sonic, then Fleetway. Okay,
I'm
cool.
sure that's
Thank
a
you.
controversial suggestion. We'll see what happens.
I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. We'll find out. If I get a bunch of hate and a bunch of dislikes, then I know there was a bad decision.
Bingo.
If Marvel or DC bought the rights of DBZ, who would do it better? Neither one. In fact, I never want to see that happen.
Yeah,
I never want to
that.
see. No, I never want to see Dragon Ball as a Disney show.
No,
Absolutely not, and certainly not as Marvel. I
absolutely.
mean, it'd be cool to see Goku fight the Incredible Hulk, but I mean, in what universe? In what universe would anyone believe that the Incredible Hulk could legitimately have a chance against Goku? No one believes that.
I
Right?
mean, one's got Snake Way, one's got the Green Door. The fight would just go on forever, man.
It's true.
Fair enough. Fair
It's a
enough.
kind of fun book, actually. Now that you're pitching it.
Yeah. Sent in Instagram DM and yes, PO box. Thanks for you. All right, awesome.
Thank
Thanks.
you, man.
Okay, guys, we're gonna bring this episode to an end. This was fun. We've been here for like 2 hours.
Oh, my
Sal
God.
and Joel, shout out. Tell folks where to find you all.
Oh, will do. First of all, really quick, let's hit that one last super chat because it's a big one.
Oh, wait, it's one last super chat?
One
Oh,
last.
it is. Wow, it is a big one. Okay.
First
First
ever.
ever super chat. My YouTube year rewind showed that I am the 0.1% of Comic Pop viewers.
Hell yes.
And watch. That's secretly why Sal really wanted. He just wanted. to
Yeah.
I honestly, I just saw the color.
A
I went,
lot
oh,
of
no,
people
no.
watch me.
Thank you,
What
Tiffany,
about
for
you
posting that.
guys? More than I talk to my parent. You watch us more than you talk to your parents. That's kind of messed up. I don't know your relationship with your parents.
Oh,
I-
yeah. Who knows?
I better be a good role
I spend
model,
time.
then.
I spend more time watching you guys than I do taking care of my children.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Yes.
But thank you.
Just got a
man.
good
Thank you so
job
much.
and wanted to show some love. Thank you for
man.
sharing that. with us.
Congratulations,
And
sir.
congratulations
That's
on getting a new
fantastic.
job. That's
But,
awesome. That's dope.
Yes. So check us out. My whole thing is called Comic Pop. We have 2 channels, actually 3 channels, but Comic Pop is where we launch our show Back Issues, where it's me and 2 other people just kind of breaking down a story and having some fun, making some jokes. And we have a podcast channel, very not too similar to this kind of thing we do on a regular basis over on Comic Pop Returns, which is just named that arbitrarily. I just was like, names don't matter. I remember consulting Benny, and I was like, what should we call the new channel? He's like, who cares? Nobody cares. Just call it anything.
That's
So-
what I thought. I saw Comic Pop Returns. I was like, when did he go away? Like, I don't-
Yeah, but that made you think, right? And then
It did. It
actually,
caught my
what's
attention.
funny, when we launched it, I had Chip Zdarsky come on the show, and he was like, "So you're gonna launch another channel called Comic Pop Forever, and then Comic Pop and Robin?" And I was like, "Don't tempt me." But so we did that one, and Comic Pop Plays is where my wife Tiffany plays video games like Marvel Cosmic Invasion and stuff. So check out that channel as well if you are if you're interested in adding a whole bunch of channels to your subscription feed.
Dope.
Joel,
Oh yeah, I guess I'll go.
All
then.
right. Well, let's go ahead and bring the podcast to an end. Yeah,
Shut
no,
up, Joel.
Shut up, Joel.
let's go.
His spirit
Oh,
lives
man.
on.
His spirit lives on.
I wasn't gonna do it until you teed me up. I'm like, all right, let's.
There you go. You can find me at Cape Joel. I do daily reviews pretty much. I have a podcast, the Comic Multiverse. I do with my friend from Australia, Matt. And we've been experimenting with movie podcasts too. We do a thing now called the Multiverse Movie Club. We're launching a new episode Christmas Day. We're talking about Gremlins in the spirit of the season.
Nice, excellent.
Awesome. All right. Well, guys, we're going to bounce off here. This was fun. Yeah.
Thank you,
Okay, we
Rob.
need to
Thank
figure
you
out
for
who's
this
going to host
idea.
this
That was a lot of
next.
fun.
We need to figure out whose channel is going to get the next episode.
Like coming home
Yeah.
again.
Probably.
We'll figure it out before the next one. But yeah,
Yeah.
guys, this was awesome. Thanks for coming out. And yeah, we will catch you all later. Peace.
Peace.
Bye-bye.